Hey, boys and girls, I'm Pearlo Wisdom, and you're looking at Dre, the Exotic Wagers Extravaganza, and my we are Rico and Pearlo's house of NHL Exotic Picks Frolic. And we had 4 games yesterday. We'll go over those in a second. Rico might be in to come into the land. I could be. JD was getting his lube on last night, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get back on. Adam
He
Digest, how you doing? Adam, haven't seen Adam here in a long time. Let me do something here.
he did say Perlo. JD said have a good show, so I didn't know if
Yeah,
he was
he's not
meaning.
coming on tonight. He,
Yeah, I
he
didn't think he
actually
would.
said he was traveling to. There, Adam, you're welcome on here if you wish. I just put it in the chat.
What's up,
So,
Adam?
how was your day so far? Mine is like so back and forth. It's crazy. I don't even
I
know what
didn't.
to do. I
I
had
didn't have a.
Ottawa money line and full game, which is good. But I
Yeah,
had Rangers team total under 3. Gavrikov got his shots, which was great. I forgot to mention that on the show today. But what's your day like?
it's been horrible. I don't think I won a bet yet, but I had a really small card, so hopefully, uh, I'm on Kings. I had Everly over shots. He only got one. Bless you. So I mean Kings. I'm on Knights tonight. I took the Knights on the money line. I also had Matty Beniers. He was a big 2 unit play for me over 1.5 shots. He only got one.
Oh,
I had Grubauer saves. That didn't come through. I think he ended with 23. Then I had a long shot parlay and a smaller parlay. Don't know if the smaller parlay is going to hit. I still need Quinn for another shot. And that's it. So if that parlay doesn't hit, I will probably be 0 and 3, 0 and 2 tonight, 0 and 3 tonight. I also had a Matty Beniers for 2 and Jack Hughes for 3. And I don't know if Jack Hughes got one, more than one. Last time I checked, he only had one. It was the beginning of the third. So it hasn't been a great night for me, but it's been a great week and a half, 2 weeks. I think this week I'm down, I'm up 6 units because I had a big 9 unit night on Monday, and I gave back 2.5 yesterday. So today, if this parlay doesn't hit, I'm probably going to be down another 4. So I may still be up on the week, but definitely looking forward tomorrow for a big slate. I think even yesterday as we were going through the slate, I'm like, this is a
yeah.
weird slate.
Probably bet
And
too much more than we should have on this
yeah,
one.
and I thought I found some good spots specifically in that Jersey and Seattle game, and didn't end up panning out, but shit happens. Regardless of what cappers tell you, we don't want to win every day. So
No, we don't.
um
We do not win every day.
but you know what? The redemption days are great, and
Yeah.
looking forward for that tomorrow.
Well,
For sure.
for the Kraken Devils game, I did have the draw first period, but I also had the Jersey puck line first period. So I ended up being up on that. I had no goals first 10 minutes. That was like not a thing immediately.
Shit.
um, what else did we have? We had for the Sabres game, I had over 6, and that's a push now. That was my biggest bet. I liked. Oh yeah, I had that on the as my best bet on the Ice Guys today. I had Sabres ML and over 4.5. That's looking good. Vladar over saves. That's not looking good. Not even close to good. That's not going to happen. And Sabres second period puck line, which turned out pretty good. So I think I was up like maybe a quarter unit on that game. Over 6 was 2 Sabres. No, I'm up a unit and a quarter on that game. Sens money line first period. Got that. And ML got that. I split that up in a half a unit. So doing good on that one. And then we got the game that's about to come up. What do you have on this game coming up?
I took Knight. I mean the Knights money line, and I'm right now with my phone. I'm actually putting in Stone to get a goal. So
Okay.
he was on that big run. I don't think he scored last game, but I just expect him to score. I think I lean the over in this game too, so you can also take like a Vegas money line and over. Is the total still at 5.5? Yeah, it's still at 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5 now. Yeah. I got it. I got Vegas money line over 5.5, Theodore over 1.5 shots, and Clark over 1.5 shots. And my biggest bet is Theodore over 1.5 shots. So I got 1 unit on Theodore, and a 1 unit split between the rest of the other picks that on that game. So I'm not actually doing too bad. Not doing too bad. I was surprised to get the Gavrikov, to tell you the truth. They were up 6-1, and he had no shots on goal. But he did get 2 in the third. So
also something that I liked in this game, but it was more of a parlay piece, was Mark Stone 2+ shots. It's minus 168, but he's covered that in. Oh, why did that reset right when I was reading it? It covered in like 12 games straight. 2, 4,
okay,
6,
I'm taking
8,
that too.
10, 11.
Quarter unit on that. I know I didn't get the New York Rangers under 3. Didn't even push.
So yeah, 11 games straight versus LA, and then
Lafreniere just scored
7 of the last 8.
All my friends were on the under in this game.
I want to see if I can make a parlay with 2 shots on goal for 2 people. We got 8 minutes. I think, what was that? You on Ice Guys that said Brant Clark? Is that what you said right now?
Brent Clark over 1.5 shots at minus 130 is what I bought it at. And minus 140, I got Theodore over 1.5 shots. Both of them have been going over. And whenever these two teams play, they play from the D constantly. It's like D, 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 D. So
Jack Eichel is covered 3 and 1, 2, 3.
I don't mind Jack
5,
Eichel
6,
at all
7,
because
8.
there's no Kopitar, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
I
no
can see
center.
Jack Eichel. That's one I was looking at too.
So that's 8. He's covered 8 of 11. So I probably have a boost on Fanatics. So I'm going to do a quick parlay, and I'm going to do Stone to Jack. Oh, man. I hate taking two players from the same team. Let me see. I mean, I guess I don't want to mix in Clark because you got him in a parlay.
So a little story about Adam Digest and I. Last year we did I can't remember what the thing was, but it was we were in a tournament, and him and I were against each other. He was way ahead of me. And I had a choice of taking Marchand over last goal to get ahead. And I can't remember what the other one was. And I kept on going back and forth, back and forth. And if I would have chose Marchand to get last goal, I would have beat him. Anyways, he won the tournament. So, oh yeah, Benson Apple, nice.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I am taking it. Did I not get a boost? Do
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
sent a
opt
link
in?
there if you want, Adam. You can jump on.
So it's plus 140. It's Mark Stone 2 shots and Quentin Byfield 2 shots. He's got pretty good numbers versus Vegas, and with all the injuries that are out right now, I could definitely see him shooting a lot more in this game. And I'm also going to take Stone for a goal. It's like right around plus 200.
I'm just going to keep what I have. I have the over Vegas.
Did you share this out? I'll share your post
Yeah, I
as
just shared
well.
it out now.
Okay.
So actually, not too bad. The Sabre, this I really like that Sens play.
If you're in my Discord, I'm
I put a
posting this
full
now.
unit on the split between the money line and the first period. Um, but I lost on the Rangers half a unit, so I had Rangers team total under for half a unit, and that didn't come in. I should have played what Ian played, team total over 3 for Ottawa.
Yeah, that was a walk in the park.
Is there any more goals in the Rangers game? Or nah, empty. Oh, the Flyers pulled a goaltender, so we're trying to get a empty netter for the Sabres. I had the Sabres, like I said last night. I thought this was a good spot for the Sabres. I didn't put enough on it, so yeah. So far, I'm green for the day, which is always good. Sens were the easiest bet of the year. Why didn't you tell me that yesterday, Russell? Russell is in the chat right now. He knows his Sens. Like he knows if Russell says the Sens are going to win or lose, you do it. He knows his Sens. Son of a bitch. Should have had more on it. You weren't on yesterday. You didn't tell me that, Russell. Oh, did you? Well, you didn't say they were the easiest bet of the year. Oh, and God, Davis is calling me right now. I know what he's telling me because I forgot. Chinese body lube. Chinese body lube. It's the best. There, I said it. I've never felt this way before. And I'm on new one. I was on French vanilla, but I'm telling you, this caramel cream pie. Oh, buddy, you got to be getting Nevada caramel cream pie. And I also wanted to. Somebody put in our chat. Did you notice that? Somebody said, I love you, Pearlo." I think no, it was the Ice Guys chat. "I love you, Pearlo. You're my favorite NHL capper on YouTube." So I'm
Yeah.
sending him a vat of caramel cream pie. I
I
got
did I I
Hernandez.
did get I did get somebody in my Discord looking for you. He was from let me see. Norway.
Norway.
And,
Oh yeah.
and his Discord name is Magzia. But he said, "Hi, greetings from Norway. Love your show, Perlo and Exotic Wagers." And then he says, "Is is Perlo here?" That's what he said.
Well, I need to get on your Discord. I'm not even on your Discord. I'm not even allowed.
Yeah. No, I sent you the link.
Yeah, I just probably don't know how to do it. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm just being. I got to figure out how to do it. Send me the link in the chat again. I'll get
Okay.
back on the Discord. I gotta get on the Discord.
I
Not even
like
on the
that.
Discord of my co-host.
Is that it, did he double click that? I would think it's 1400. 14,000?
Stone over 2.5 points.
Oh, no, it
No,
just says
that's
two
not
plus
true.
points. 2 plus points it says. I think he fat fingered a zero. It's probably 1440. You think it's 1440? Let me
Two
look.
assists, baby. I don't even think that.
Stone to assists is 400.
400.
Two
400. I don't know where you
two
got the 14
points.
from. I
Two
think
points
Adam's
is
been
190.
partaking in some of the finest herbs because I know he enjoys. I know he enjoys his herb. So
Maybe it's a goal and a point. Or goal and assist. If he's got 2 points, it's probably in a goal and assist.
three
Well,
plus
that's
points even. I don't even think you get that at 1440. 14. Certainly not 14,400. That's my Rico and I's Gibson to win the Vesna plus 50,000. We have that. I was going to
that's
look up because I think Cooper's going to win the. I was going to look up what it is for Cooper to win the Adams right now. Team Futures Awards. Jack. Cooper's plus 600 to win the Adams right now. I'm sure you could get that better price before, but I'd be on that. Plus 600 to win the Adams.
I like that. I like it. We got a 10-game slate tomorrow.
Yeah, should probably get into it. I'm going to actually.
Oh, you know what? Let me. I said I was going to share that out.
You're going to what?
I forgot to share that out. What you just posted.
Yeah, we do have a 10-game slate, so we should probably get into it. We're, what, 20 minutes into the show already? We haven't done shit. But that's normal for us. Jonathan Davis said his date last night was good.
That's good.
I asked him. I asked him how his date went. I'm going to ask him if he needs more highways. Need more highways? So,
Right.
okay, while you're doing what you're doing.
I'm just
Oh,
about to.
wait, Adam is in the house. Adam, how you
What's up,
doing,
guys?
buddy?
Hey,
How we
how's it going,
doing?
Adam?
Hey, how we
Good.
doing?
Good.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that bet that I had. It was like a 4-leg parlay, so I can't like hit enter for some reason. It just sends the comments. So if you read up a little bit on those comments,
Oh,
it
it's the parlay, and that's the last leg.
yeah. That was so. I had Dougie for 4 shots, which was like plus 230 or something like that. I had Zach Benson for an assist, which was plus 210, I think that hit. So the first 2 legs hit, and then I had Panarin for 2 assists, which was plus 330. He only had one, which is kind of bummed for scoring 4 goals. You know, I thought Ottawa their poor penalty kill. I'm like, he can get that. And then I had Mark Stone for 2+ points, and that was like plus actually was actually bigger. It was like 16,000, which is
Wow.
would have paid five. Five
No,
would
it
have paid
was
like
on the parlay that you had them.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a
I
great
like
bet,
Mark
though.
Stone, but that wasn't crazy. That wasn't that crazy of odds. I know that.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, it's got. I thought maybe it was like 1440 or something, but
Right.
that's a great bet, though. That parlay. I've
Yeah.
been taking a lot of long shots, and
Yeah.
it's been driving me crazy, missing just by one.
Yeah, I did a little round robin just to so if I
Oh,
get 3 out of the
nice.
4, it would be nice.
That's why I
That's
don't
great.
parlay. Don't parlay.
Yeah, it's been a like I said, just kind of like just doing some long shots and just maybe like doing like a round robin in 3 and 4. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. Every single team so far is scored on the power play. So hopefully these two can make it 8 for 8.
Yeah, that'd be great, especially on a small slate like that.
Yeah, I don't parlay because it gives me a heart attack. Because it's not about the money I put on it, like probably
Sure.
$10 or whatever.
And I usually just
It's
do
about
like
I have to be right about everything, and
I
when
usually
I'm
do
wrong, I get
short
very upset.
one short parlay, like a
Oh yeah.
couple
Oh,
2-leggers, and then
Mhm.
one long one. But it's more so too for the people in my subs, because they like parlay, so I at least try to put something together for them so they can throw some pizza money on it.
Everybody loves the parlays. It's crazy.
Yeah, for
everybody
sure.
loves the parlay, 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 parlay. Andy
Yeah,
Francis
I just like to
and
enjoy like power play points are
parlay.
huge for me. Like good, teams in good spots that are obviously clearly PP1 and just like, if I can get, and that's the thing today was like, why is Zach Benson? Well, top one, he's on the top power play or top, line with, Tom, with Tage and, but also too, like, I think he's going to play a lot because guess what? Buffalo the last 2 weeks, I think they're the worst team in drawing penalties. So I think this game was going to be more of a 5-5 game, which, Darlene scored twice on the power play. I think it was today, but
That's why I
he's good
like
value at
Buffalo.
plus 210.
Yeah, he looks
Buffalo's
great.
playing some incredible 5-on-5 hockey right now.
Yep.
Like incredible.
Like
And
they're
they've
scoring,
been
what,
building it
3
up
goals a
for
game?
about 2 years. I'll just go off a little bit. Anybody that was questioning Lindy Ruff now, you can stop. Lindy Ruff
Right.
is an amazing coach, but you have to have him for a long time. You have to. His system is very. It's much like Florida's system with Paul Maurice. Like he's very much the same way. It's hybrid. You have to know how to change during the game. You got to play a 1-3-1. You got to play man on man. You got to play. You got to it changes all the way through. And if you don't give them time with the team, they're probably going to get frustrated. It was Buffalo was the best team you could go to because they couldn't fire another coach again, and they really had to believe in his system, and I believe in it. I already bet him. I bet Buffalo to make the playoffs. Do you know who Jay Fresh is, Adam?
Yeah, he's the advanced analytic guy that puts all the stuff on. I think Sundays.
Yeah.
I think he does. But
He's like
yeah, I love his stuff.
he's my favorite analytics guy.
Mhm.
I subscribe to him, and anyways, he picked Buffalo to make the playoffs this year. So, and that's why, because Ruff is a great coach, fantastic, and it just took on a bad team. But the good thing about it is nobody wants to go to Buffalo. So if you can get enough people to stay in Buffalo, then you're going to have a team that can do it, and they're doing it right now. So I bet them at plus 700. Right, not about 3 games after that Seattle win that they win, and about plus 700. So,
Nice.
anyways, are you going to stick around for the games, Adam? Adam took off on us.
Looks like you might be back.
Sorry about that. Probably not. I just wanted to come on here just.
You wanted to come on
stand
and
out a
say
little
what
bit,
you were. So you wanted
and
to
then,
get that
I
through.
don't know if you guys. Do you guys usually talk about the games tomorrow? I wasn't sure. I apologize. Been on
Yes.
in a while. Cool.
Yeah, we talk about the games tomorrow for
that.
probably the next 2.5 hours or something.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably try to hop on back and forth. I'll be in the comments a little bit, but if I have a time, I'll definitely stop on. But Columbus and regulation.
Adam and I went mono there a little while ago, and I just kept on missing everything. And
that's a great bet tomorrow.
That if I would have took Marner to score the last goal in that Florida, I would have won.
Oh yeah.
But
yep.
It didn't matter. Your picks were fantastic.
Appreciate it. Yeah, what was it? Sam Reinhart, 2+ points in the
that's what you had there. Yeah.
And I think he had like 4 or 5 or something like that in the game. I was like,
yeah. So. Adam is the shit, no doubt about it. If you don't know, go to Adam Digest, just like that. Okay, I don't know what you're doing right now. Like you're into a group or something like that, right?
Yeah, I got a Discord that it's a premium Discord that people pay for. So I'm trying to be as trying to do them, put some plays out there first, and then try to post those stuff on YouTube or on Twitter. So X, whatever the hell we're calling it now.
Go to Adam Digest, get on his Discord, whatever he's doing, sign up, man. The guy's one of the best cappers in North America.
Oh no,
I want to do that right now.
I appreciate
for
it.
NHL anyway. Do you do all sports?
Yes, I'm more of like a baseball. Like that, baseball's been my first sport. I like looking at different markets and market that I've been kind of getting into as of late. I know a lot of people do sides and stuff like that, but I'm a very unique person, and I look at like what markets haven't been touched on yet that I can kind of take advantage of, and the walk market for player props, whether it's batters or hitters. I know it's kind of crazy, but there's some sticky statistics that can really help you with that. This might be the year that I kind of scale back that action just because of the automated ball system that's coming in. So might get a few more closer strikes that were normally balls and vice versa. The balls that were called, but get reversed to strikes. So things like that we got to take into consideration. So definitely,
if you're a prop better like I am, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're always liking my shot props and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
shot props are fun. Obviously, they're scary, but if you find the right volume and the right matchup, they're still
absolutely. Sergachev home overshots has been my bankroll this year. Just toss 5 units on that every year.
For sure. One thing I just wanted to just say before I head out, kind of keep this in mind too, going towards the, just kind of, they've been adding a lot more stuff to FanDuel. I know a lot of people in Canada can't bet FanDuel, so I'm not exactly sure who your audience kind of is, but under game specials, if you check, like in high event games, like the other night was last night was Calgary versus, I think it was Columbus. They have under saves once the goalies are confirmed. One way to instead of betting the goalies saves, you can actually, they've been doing each goalie to save 5+ shots in each period. It was minus 125 yesterday. It's been a really good little angle I've been kind of attacking just in those high event games.
It's funny you say that because I had a little bit today, and I haven't bet it lots, but I'm looking into the market. Markstrom under saves. Yeah. That was to me, that looked like a great bet, and I wish I would have put more on it. But you got Seattle's got the lowest shot volume team in the NHL, and Markstrom is Markstrom. So stuff like that. That's why I love it.
For some reason, my audio is messed up. I'm gonna log out and log back in.
Yeah, that's why I love you, Adam.
It's really bad.
It was after we did that thing. I kept on following you, and I kept on looking at your what the direction you're going, and we're kind of the same way. Look
Yeah,
for the
for sure.
markets that nobody's paying attention to
Exactly.
and hit those markets. Because take the NHL teams that nobody cares about. Look for the highest volume shot per, and like Granlund has been a brilliant play for the last little while. Just
Absolutely.
take Granlund over shots when he's in the top 6 and stuff. So
Yeah.
all right, Adam,
sure.
thank you for coming on. We got to
Yeah,
get
man.
into all the games here now.
Appreciate it.
And get into Adam Digest at his Twitter site. It's at Adam Digest, right?
Yeah, Adam with so it's Adam S. So Adam's like your plural, like digest. I don't know why, but yeah. Either way, type that in. You'll probably see me, and I'll pop up.
Yeah,
And
get into
I
it, man.
appreciate it.
This guy's
Thanks,
great.
man.
All
Thanks,
right,
bro.
take care, buddy.
I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
All right, bye.
All right.
Thanks, Adam.
He's an amazing capper. It just blows me away. Once you get to know, and that's what this is all about here at Pearls of Wisdom Industries, is like people always ask you, who do you think is the best capper in whatever? There is none. We all have something different to offer. There's elite. Exotic is elite. I'm elite. Ian's elite. Alex is elite. Digest is elite. Like, we all have our different ways. So, like, the reason why I came on here, look at West Coast Hockey. Comes on here all the time. The guy throws you like the best stats you're ever going to find. So, like, if you want to become a really good capper, find out who the best are and then follow their different ways of doing it, because everybody has a different way and none of them are wrong and they're all good. Go to Wager Talk. Andrew McGinnis and Carmine Bianco. Those two guys, like, probably they're the elite cappers in the NHL that you're going to find. You're not going to find much better. So follow them and find out what they're doing. All right. So want to go lay of the land here now?
Yes, sir. I got Vancouver, Columbus first on the list. We are doing for 115. And the first
Canucks
game I
versus
just said was Canucks. And Adam mentioned Blue Jackets in reg, which I also have written down. I think that's a pretty good look tomorrow. But,
Adam mentioned Blue Jackets in reg already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Coach Pump, Vancouver sucks. I mean, what's the price we're getting on that? But
it's minus 170. So
I'm going to write down this.
It's minus 170, so it's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of minus 110 for InReg. Wow. All right. Let's get going. We got Vancouver on the road, plus 146. Blue Jackets, home favorite, minus 178. Over-under is set at 6.5, slightly juiced to the over. Vancouver, 16-25-5 on the season, 12-13-2 on the road. Blue Jackets, 20-19-7 on the season, 10-7-4 at home. Head-to-head, these two teams are dead 500. 8 of those 10 have trended to the over. They have played once this season back on November 8th, back in Vancouver, where Vancouver won 4-3. So this is a revenge game for Columbus. Vancouver 1-7-1-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Vancouver coming in on an 8-game losing streak, most recently losing to Ottawa 1-2. Vancouver also on a last game of a 6-game road trip. Columbus 5-4-1 in the last 10, dead 500 to the over-unders. These two teams have played, Columbus coming in off of a 2-game winning streak, beating Utah and beating Calgary 5-4. Columbus, They are on a second game of a 2-game homestand. They head out to Pittsburgh for an island game on Saturday. Vancouver, like I said, they're on the 6th game of a 6-game road trip, and then they head back home to play Edmonton on Saturday. Saturday's the 17th, right?
Don't talk dates, dude. I probably got
Yes, the 17th.
There's
I'm just
probably
saying
a
it so
better
that I
chance I
can.
could tell you who scored all the goals yesterday than what day it is today.
I just wanted to know so that I get it
It was a
get it straight going
rhetorical
forward.
question. Okay, good. That's fine. Yeah, I think you kind of got to go the over here. I mean, 4-3-7-6-5-2-5-4, 4-3-5-2-4. There hasn't been an under here for 8 games between these two teams.
And who's expected is Merzlikins
Yeah,
and
I think
Lankinen.
Merzlikins will be in. I'm almost positive here with the new coach. He's going to play the confidence play. Yeah. It's a big time over. What's the price now?
For it's a 6.5, slightly juiced to the over, -114.
Can you get a 6 anywhere then?
I'm sure you probably can. Let me see. Most books are showing 6.5, but let me check Rivers. Rivers and BetMGM are usually the first 2 books to put out those.
BetMGM usually gives you 6s. Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Nope. I accidentally picked Columbus -1.5. That means I got to take it. Yeah, you can find a 6 at -124 over on Rivers.
Rivers. Okay, I'm going to send that out to my community there. I don't do too much community stuff, but I'm going to send that out. Oh, but somebody wants to come in. Who's giving me a net for the Canucks? Like, because Demko's out.
Lankinen.
Lankinen again, right?
That is what I see.
What did you say that 6 was? -120 what?
4.
Bet Rivers. Okay, I'm going to bet it too. I'm putting 2 units on that. Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see an under yet with Columbus. They haven't had time to like work with bonus shit. Still got the coach bump. To -175 on DK. You said you found a -170?
Yeah, the -170 was Caesars. Also Bet365.
So in regulations, like -110. Somewhere
Let
around
me
there.
see. I'll look on 365. I'm on that book right now. They have it listed as a 3-way, right? Minus 110 on 365. Let me look on Caesars, where they also got the best line.
Columbus is going
Money
on the
line.
road to play Pittsburgh after this. Yeah, it feels like the coach bump just keeps going here.
Yeah, it's minus
One thing I
110
will look
on
at,
365.
Johnson, his first game with his new coach, had 3 shots, and I bet you he'll get it again. Whatever his shots are, I don't know. We don't know yet. Because he was in the doghouse with Everson.
Kent Johnson.
Yeah, Kent Johnson.
His over 1.5 is minus 125.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, because the coach is going to take all the doghouse guys and say, "Hey, go show me what you can do," and all that kind of stuff like that. I like that a lot. That's going to be probably the best bet for me, especially against a Vancouver team that gives up a lot of shots.
He's covered it in 4 of the last 5. Also 3 of the last 4 versus Vancouver.
And how long has Vancouver been on the road again?
6. This is a 6th game.
And they got one more after this?
No, this is the last one. Then they head back. They head back home to play Edmonton.
Yeah.
And it's
that's the part I don't like because they had a shitty road for it.
Yeah,
But
this is
that even puts me more on the over here. I don't think over 6 is probably the best bet, but I still like Columbus to win. 3 games in 4 nights, like Vancouver's been playing a shit ton. And they go home to play the Oilers after this.
It's also 3 and 4 for Vancouver.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 3 and 4. Is it 4 and 6?
No,
No. Okay.
it's 4 and 7.
4 and 7. Still a lot. Yeah, I just think this Vancouver team is destroyed. Fantilli over shots, another one I like here. Because I'd almost look at the Columbus team total over too. Team total over would be.
Fantilli's covered 9 of the last 10 at home.
This is in Columbus, though, right?
It is. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's got great numbers at home right now. He's
He's
only
got
covered
great numbers at home, and he's got a new coach. And he went over last time.
7 of the last 10. And then what's the good one is 9 of the last 10 at home. And it's only minus 117.
For 2.5?
Yeah.
Love that, too.
Let me look on
Minus 117.
Fantilli over here. Yeah, 117 on Caesars. 120 on ESPN and the Score Bet app.
The only thing is we're getting all hyped up and jacked up and freaking lubed up for Jaime's Body Lube. It's the best there. I said it. Firmer's Lickens being in fucking net. That's the problem.
I mean,
I
Vancouver.
don't want to bring out premium Jaime's Firmer's Lickens being in net. That's the thing. Like,
I mean,
Vancouver could get like 12 shots on goal and still win this game. So the over is the best play. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, Vancouver scored 1 against Ottawa, and that was probably a freaking
6 games in 10 nights for Vancouver. See, Po Body is a fucking. I don't talk about you enough, Po Body. Po Body is a fucking shit, man. 6 games in 10 nights. That's a lot of games, man. A lot of games.
Vancouver only scored 1 against Ottawa, and that's Merlinen. And they scored 3 against Montreal. That was probably a Montembeau start. No, it was a Dobish start. And then they gave up. They didn't score any against Toronto. They didn't only scored 1 against Detroit. Like, they're not scoring. So, I mean, but I think they can contribute 2 to Elvis to get an over, a 5-2 over. I'm almost tempted to take Columbus on the puck line.
Yeah.
Plus 136. I know that there's been 4 of the last 7 have went to overtime, but head to head, but I think I'm with you with still that coach bump.
Yeah, I'm just flying on that coach bump. Like, everything says Columbus or Columbus first period. Puck line, like everything. Everything. So you got to take the Jackets team total over pretty much, because they're probably going to get most of the goals, and that's minus 3 over 3.5 is minus 120. Like, they're going to show no mercy here.
Boone Jenner looks pretty good for shots, plus 133 at over 2.5. He's covered that in 6 of the last 8. He's also covered that in 4 of the last 5 versus Vancouver. I think if you're following the narrative of Columbus winning, that should produce more shots from Vancouver. Whether they can put them up or not, that's another thing. But you would just think that they're going to be shooting more given that narrative.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty easy game. I mean, if Vancouver wins that game, I'll be pretty damn impressed. I think we exhausted that one and go on to the next one.
Yeah.
What's next?
You got San Jose and Washington. This is an interesting one. For sure. All right, we got San Jose on the road, plus 155. Washington, home favorites, minus 188. Over under set at 6.5. Juice to the over, minus 124. San Jose 23-19-3 on the season, 10-10 on the road. Washington 24-17-6 on the season, 14-8-3 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Washington's won 6 of the last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. They did play once this season back on December 3rd in San Jose, where the Capitals won a convincing 7-1. San Jose is 6-4 in their last 10, 9-0-1 to the over. They are coming in on a loss after a 3-game winning streak to Vegas, 2-7, about 3 days ago. Washington 5-4, 0-1 in the last 10, 5-5 on the over-unders. Washington coming in off of a win at home versus Montreal, 3-2 in overtime. Washington, they are on a second game of a 3-game homestand. They don't play again until they play Washington back in their own barn again on Saturday. San Jose, they are on the first game of a, let's see how long this road trip is. 4-game road trip before they head back home to play the Rangers. And this will be a front end of a back-to-back for them tomorrow as they travel to play Detroit on Friday. So we got a front end of a back-to-back for San Jose. And we got a second game home of a 3-game homestand for Washington. They do play Florida on Saturday back at home. Coyle for a point is good value, producing on the third line on first power play unit. Poe Buddy says Matejchuk and Servison expected to return tomorrow. Expected return for Washington is Chikrin, Wilson,
and sort of. Mm-hmm.
Wilson's the big one.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. But anyways,
okay.
For now, anyways, until I figure it out. They're all coming back tomorrow. Chikrin, Wilson, and sort of.
Expected. What's up, Real Deal Primer? Oh, Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo was a good bet today. Well, I was the only one on Buffalo on the ice, guys. We were all on Philly. I didn't like Philly. And you know what? When I was doing the show, I didn't realize that Buffalo was at home. I would have even put more on it.
Oh.
But plus 164? It's so hard not to take the Sharks here.
Got 5 minutes left in the Vegas game. No, nobody's scored yet. It's still 0-0. Although shots were, what were the shots? I just saw it. No, I can't remember. Oh, the Kings are out shooting Knights. No, 5 minutes in the first period left.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, okay. I wasn't surprised by that. I thought the second period was going to go over, not the first period.
The Kings are out shooting the Vegas by double. 4-9 shots. I'm gonna put that game on.
Do I have for shots on that game?
It's a TNT game. How did Biz do? I actually listened to a little bit of that first game because Biz was doing the.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah, he did actually a pretty good, decent job. I was expecting worse, to be honest.
I don't know why everybody gets on Biz. Biz has done good for himself.
Yeah, he has. He has. I think like me, I love him. I think he's great. But I think a lot of people are not accustomed to the newer style of how he talks and what he says. And I know he gets a lot of flack for it, but I think, if you're going to grow the game, you're growing it to, people of a younger generation, which they get Biz. But I think the older generation give him a lot of flack.
Oh, yeah, it's probably it.
Well, as far as this game, kind of tough to say. I mean, I know all those players are projected back, so for me, it's going to be a wait and see to see who comes back in the lineup. Because if Wilson's back in the lineup, that's a huge difference. I know the other two players, Chickering is another big game changer, but if those players come back, you already got San Jose at a plus 155, and I feel like that's kind of built into them coming back. I don't see the line changing a whole lot, but I could see more people putting more money on Washington once they are deemed back in. So that that line might get a little bit better just due to the money coming in on Washington. But I don't think it'll be affected by the people that are projected to come back in. Um, I think it's kind of baked in there already. Although if one of those deemed to seem be out, um, then you might get a lesser of a number on San Jose. But I mean, the way San Jose's been, I mean, I get it. They have been winning, but they've been really close games. So they've been grinding out games. I mean, they beat Dallas. I know Dallas is struggling right now. They beat LA, at home where LA doesn't play that great, but they still beat LA. They beat Columbus, Minnesota, Anaheim, Vancouver. So those are all not. I mean, Minnesota is a good team. They did lose to Tampa Bay, but that's Tampa Bay's hot right now. And then they lost to Vegas and they lost to Seattle. And Seattle was, I don't know if they were hot at that time. That was all the way back on December 20th. But that's just my thought. I think for me, it's San Jose or nobody. If all those players come back, I don't see how Washington loses, but they've been struggling without those players. And it could be one that they just, have everybody come back and they play a little lax, then San Jose keeps it tight and they end up winning. So.
And they got Florida next.
Yeah. Yep. On Saturday.
San Jose just came off of a 7-2 loss.
Yeah. The only thing for San Jose, it's on the front end of a back-to-back. But, I mean, this whole team's young. I think they're just playing as each game comes. There's your camera. Kind of.
Yeah, got it. Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. You got Washington coming off like sort of like they won against Montreal, but actually they should have won that game more than they did. And they've been kind of going back and forth, win-loss, win-loss, win-loss.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, it's San Jose or pass. I don't know. Like even if so, let me look at Chickering. Well, I'm sure Paul Buddy already went through all of these. Illness. Yeah, they are all projected to be back tomorrow. Tom Wilson's still on the IR, but that'll flip tomorrow after the beat writers put out who's on morning skate.
So you could get a better money on San Jose if you want to, probably in the morning. But I'm just going to go the over. If San Jose is going to win, it's not going to be an under.
And projected to start is Askarov and Thompson. That's what I think 2 of the 3 sites are showing them. Checking goals.
No, they just played Lindgren against Montreal, right?
Yep.
So it's going to be Thompson.
Yeah, all 3 are showing Thompson and Askarov.
And isn't this a revenge game for?
It is for
7-1. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 teams trending 2 totally different ways. I know San Jose just came off that loss, but You would expect Washington to start flipping the script once they get these guys back. Just don't know if they're going to be able to do it on the first go round or if it's going to take a
I
couple
doubt
games.
it. I doubt it. This is a San Jose spot. Yeah, total San Jose spot.
Theodore's got one shot.
It's plus 164 now.
Yeah. Let me see what the best. 165 over on the score bet or an ESPN bet. Same
You got to
thing at
go over
Hard
6.5
Rock.
to get. There's no sixes anymore.
Caesar shows 6 at minus 145. Bet Rivers is showing 6.5, so at even money. So
Minus
right.
110 is the best thing I see.
Let me see. I'll check.
You could probably
Rivers.
get team total over for the Sharks at a pretty good price. Yeah, minus 105 for the Sharks team total over. 2.5.
Minus 130 for over 6 over on Rivers. If you're interested in that flat 6.
Where's that?
Bet Rivers.
Yeah, Bet Rivers is.
I use Bet Rivers, and then my local sports book is Desert Diamond, and their app lays out exactly like Bet Rivers.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game that Washington won. And they did it with a big smile on their face, too.
We did talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets game. I know you said you liked in reg. We agree. We know it's going to be Merzlikins net. That's the only little sweaty part about it, but it's going to be Lankinen. Vancouver hasn't really scored
Just
at
give
all.
me the over in that game.
Still got the coach bump.
The over in that game is like probably my favorite bet. Over 6.
I told him I'm almost tempted to take the puck line. It's like plus 140.
But it's going to be like, if you're going to do that, you got to take the team total over for the Jackets minus 1.
Yeah.
And I like that. Because
Well,
this isn't going to be an 100. That's for sure. But the Sharks Capitals, give me the over 6.5. Or over 6 at, what did you say, minus 125 at Bet Rivers?
130. Minus 130.
Minus 130.
Regenda over 1.5 shots. Minus 125 across the board. I like that.
I think the Capitals could crush this game, though.
They could, especially if
They have
Wilson
Florida
comes
next.
back. If Wilson comes back, I'm not playing San Jose. If everybody but Wilson comes back, I'll still take San Jose. That's probably how I'm going to look at it. Wilson just generates too much offense and is just a dog out there to bet against.
Wilson's my favorite player in the league, pretty much. Besides Matthew Tkachuk, Wilson, and Brady Tkachuk. He changes the whole landscape of what you're doing as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me the over. Both teams will score first period. Yeah, both teams to score first period over 2.
This game should be good.
It's going to be high scoring. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I can't see it. If Washington wins, and they decide to grind it out, it'll be an under. But
And the Sharks have been off, just like Po Buddy said, 4 days. I said 3 when I was doing the lay of the land, but yeah, 4 days.
4 days rest, revenge game.
All I
Yeah,
got written down right now is San Jose money line, and I'll figure out the rest tomorrow if I get there.
I got team total over 2.5 for the Sharks.
I like that, especially against Thompson.
Minus 105. But the over is for sure. After getting their ass spanked by Washington the last game, they're going to come out fucking crazy here.
They've scored over 2.5 in 7 straight, and then got held to 2 versus Vegas. I could see them getting 3.
At least, even if they lose.
Although they've played Washington 5 straight and haven't gotten more than 2.
Tator's got 1 shot.
Yep.
It's my second best bet. 2 shots for Tator. I already got first best bet.
All right, we want to move on.
Yeah, I think we've exhausted that. You could take, like, for props, you could take Wilson. Wilson coming back off of that. He'll probably shoot a lot. Wilson overshots.
Yeah, I'm going to wait to look for the Washington side. But as far as San Jose, the lineups shouldn't change.
Regenda, Wenberg, Toffoli.
Celebrini has been covering
Everything
his
is
over.
offense for that team, man. It's just take the over. Take the over for sure. All right.
Celebrini is minus 110. He's covered 5 of the last 6, but it's 3.5. But he has been shooting a lot.
I lost on Celebrini last time, but probably not a bad idea to keep on just going with them.
Yeah, we'll see if we get there, but that's something I was looking at. Okay, we got Montreal on the road visiting Buffalo. Montreal minus 104 on the road. Buffalo at home on a back-to-back minus 115. Over-under is set at 6, slightly juiced to the over, minus 122. Montreal 26-14-7 on the season, 13-4-6 on the road. Buffalo 25-16-4 on the season, 15-6-2 at home. Head-to-head between the last 10 meetings between these two teams, Montreal has won 8 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Montreal's won 5 straight versus Buffalo. And they did play once this season back on October 20th in Montreal, where Montreal won 4-2. Montreal 6-2, 1-1 in the last 10, dead 500 to the over-unders. Montreal coming in off of a loss to Washington 2-3 in overtime. Buffalo 8-2 in their last 10, dead 500 to the over-unders. Coming off of a win today versus Pittsburgh at home, so they are on a back-to-back, but there is no travel. Buffalo's won 4 of the last 5. Like I said, Buffalo is on the back end of a back-to-back. And then they play again back at home on Saturday against Minnesota. Montreal, they are on the second game of a 3-game road trip. And they travel to Ottawa to play Ottawa on Saturday.
What do you figure is going to be a net for the Sabres here? Is this the Reinhardt or Reimer?
It's Colton Ellis and Fowler.
That's what you got projected.
That's what I got projected. Let me check the other sites to see if they're projecting the same. So on left wing lock, they're projecting.
Ottawa's got Reimer. Never mind. It's not one of those teams. Yeah.
On left wing lock, they're projecting Ellis and Montrebowl. And on goalie post, it's Ellis and Dobish. So we got 3 different goalies listed for Montreal on all 3 different sites.
Montreal versus Buffalo. Montreal's got rest advantage, right?
Montreal.
They've owned the series. But again, it's just over. I can't see this being under in a million years. How is this an under? Montreal can't defend worth shit.
So if they're going on a full 3 goalie rotation, you would think it would be Fowler. That's what Poe Buddy is saying too. Because it's been, what was Fowler, Montrebowl, Fowler, Dobish, Montrebowl. Yeah, you would think it's Fowler.
They just came off a Washington loss. They went back to Montreal. Then they're going. This is in Buffalo, right? Yeah. And then they have Ottawa.
Then why? I think it would somebody else comes to visit them after this. And they play on Saturday.
Buffalo's just playing too damn good. I don't know how you go against Buffalo here. But I don't know how you take the under either.
I'm looking at something.
Buffalo has Minnesota at home after this. They don't give a shit about that game. They care about this game.
So Buffalo's 3-2 on back-to-backs, but one of those back-to-backs was Colorado. So there's no way they were beating Colorado on a back-to-back, and that was the back-to-back.
It's a back-to-back at home too.
Yeah. Then the back-to-backs were travel, and it was altitude. It was Utah, Colorado. And the other one was way back at the beginning of the season where they played Toronto on a home away back-to-back. So typically teams lose. It's like a 1-1 switch off between. So those were the only 2 back-to-backs they lost. The other back-to-backs that they won was they played New Jersey and got shut out. And then the following day they played Minnesota and won 3-2 in a shootout. You also they lost to Calgary 4-7. Then they came back the next day and won in Edmonton 4-3 in overtime. Then you have the other one, which was the last one. Did I skip it? Oh, it was the New York, New Jersey. So they beat New York, or they beat New Jersey Islanders 3-2 in a shootout, and then next day they went to New Jersey and beat them 3-1. I mean, I get it's Colton Ellis, but I mean Colton Ellis just oh no, they lost. He lost to the Panthers. He played against the Panthers, and it was a close game, but he lost to the Panthers.
Thursday night game. We're in.
I think this whole game for me is dependent on who's in net for Montreal. Like, we know we're getting Colton Ellis. Like, we know that. If it's Fowler, I'd be less inclined to take Buffalo. But if it's Montreal, or even Dobish, like, I could see me taking Buffalo on a back-to-back.
Montreal has played.
Montreal just played, and then Dobish played before him, and then Fowler played before him. So Fowler's he's been on rest for 4 days. Let me look at the complete rotation for them. But they've been all over the place with goalies.
Montreal.
Yeah, I would think it's going to be Fowler. If I'm trying to guess on those rotations, because Montreal's only played.
They've been playing Fowler at home, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Fowler. And if it is Fowler, then
Is it 3 games in 4 nights for Buffalo?
yes.
Montreal
wait.
has rest.
Yes.
Montreal has the rest. Montreal has the rest in this game. Coming back, no, just wait. Philadelphia played them all. Going to be a tight game.
It's 3 and 4 for both teams. Yeah, 3 and 4 for both teams.
Oh, it is. Yeah, but Montreal's not on the back-to-back.
Yeah.
Montreal's been waiting for them at Buffalo. In Buffalo. And Buffalo is sort of waiting for them because they play back-to-back at home.
Yeah. Buffalo's been at home for 3 games, too, so they haven't had no trouble.
And they got Minnesota, and they're going to Carolina and Nashville after this. They're going. It's the second game of a road trip or homestand for Buffalo. Montreal plays Ottawa right after this.
If it's Fowler, I'm taking the draw. Like, head-to-head, they're dead 500 to the over-unders. Montreal is a dead 500 to the over-unders in the last 10. Buffalo is a dead 500 to the over-unders in the last 10. Like, if it's Fowler, I could see the trend between the last 10 is, like I said, it's 6 to the over, 4 to the under. But
when it comes right down to it, still to this day, I'm not a believer in Montreal.
yeah,
It's been a while now. I'm still not a believer in this team. Let me look at the lineups. And maybe it's, I don't know what it is. But having that couple days to practice before you play this game is pretty huge for Montreal. They've had, no, not a couple days, but one day. Test you. Bulldog has really underwhelmed and still in this good. Sometimes we need some carrying. And these teams line up pretty good if Buffalo's not on the back to back. If Buffalo's not on the back to back, I'm all over Buffalo.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too. And especially if it's not Fowler. Like if it's Montremble, I think you could see Buffalo line move a little bit in their favor. Got my grandson coming in too. He wants to
I'm
swing
taking the
in.
Sabres. I'm just going to keep on rolling with this team. Like, I can't get it out of my head how well they're playing. Minus 115, money line. I can't get out of my head how well they're playing. Montreal, they out energy you, and they, yeah, man.
7 of the last 10 too, they've scored 4 or more goals.
The Sabres
Like
have?
if anything, yep. Like if anything, just take their team total over 3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over too.
They've
Over
scored
6
4, 4,
minus.
4, 5, 5,
It's a
5.
6. Mikey
It is a
Bluffway
6.
is in the house too. Welcome in.
Kiki likes the over too.
What's the over 6 minus 125 or what?
Shows minus 122 on covers. Let me see what it shows on BetStamp. Minus 118 over at MGM.
I mean, I'm
For a
not
flat
a
6.
little deeper here. Oh.
Like I said, I think if it's not Fowler, I'm taking Buffalo regardless on the back-to-back. If it is Fowler, I may still get to Buffalo. I'll just be a little more hesitant.
Montembeau's been playing really well then.
Let me look. I can look at that. Montembeau versus Buffalo.
I don't do this often.
Hi, guys. Hey, Vegas just scored.
Hi.
Yay.
You guys want to come on this side? They can see you better over here.
I don't do this often, but I like to draw first period.
See?
I liked it today
Hi.
with Seattle game too.
And
Draw
then if,
one period plus.
yeah, see, this is the live stream right here, guys.
Hi. Hey, say hi, everybody in the land. Yay. Yeah, both teams to score first period. Montreal has the both teams to score first period is plus 140.
Hi.
Like one exact score first period. Hi.
Hi.
See, he can hear you guys. That's cool, huh? You guys can watch for a while. I'm gonna work if you guys want to watch. Okay? You just gotta be quiet a little bit. Oh, you see it? Yeah, cool, huh?
There's like this thingy and that one and that one and that one.
Mhm.
Oh, there goes my camera again. Jesus Christ.
Did you lose your camera again?
It keeps on slipping out because I'm going to look at other things.
Oh, and it falls out.
Falls out, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the draw here. This is going to be one hell of a game to watch.
Yeah, I think it should be a really tight game.
This could be a tight.
That's why I was saying the draw. I think it's.
I'm gonna throw 1-1 first period out there.
Poe Buddy said that your picture scared away the kids.
My picture.
Your picture that's up when you don't have your camera.
My Jaime's poster picture.
Yeah. Yep. Did we say who scored in the Vegas game? No.
No, we didn't.
Let me see.
It was Bowman.
Braden Bowman. Stone's got a shot.
Still waiting for one more shot from Theodore.
I was just looking for that. He's got one assist, one
Clark,
shot.
Clark doesn't have a shot yet.
Neither does Byfield. And I took Byfield thinking that he was going to be more active with all the injuries. So hopefully that ends up. I mean, it's only
shoot enough. He passes off way too much.
Yeah.
So I think I'm leaning the Sabres at that price. Over 6 is probably the best bet here, right? Like I don't see an under here. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, if it's Fowler, I don't know if I'll get to the over. It might still probably get there, but only thing for me is I'd be leaning Buffalo.
Montreal played a really tough game against Capitals before this too, and the Sabres. I mean, it was sort of tough, but basically the Sabres right now are playing as a top 4 team in the league.
Yeah. We'll see where I get to.
All right, next game.
We are going to another back-to-back game. We got Philly and Pittsburgh. We are still in the 7 p.m. time frame as well.
Philly, Pittsburgh at 128.
All right, you got Philly on the road on a back-to-back plus 128. Pittsburgh at home minus 154 favorite. Philly 22-15-8 on the season, 10-8-3 on the road. Pittsburgh 21-14-10 on the season, 10-7-6 at home. Head to head, these two teams are a dead 500 in the last 10 meetings. They did play twice this season, back on October 28th in Philly, where Philly won 3-2 in a shootout, and December 21st in Philly again, where Pittsburgh won 5-1. Philadelphia is 4-5-1 in the last 10. 6 of those 10 had trended to the over. Philadelphia is coming in on a 4-game losing streak, most recently losing to Buffalo today 2-5. Also, too, it was a rough one, back-to-back Tampa Bay losses and Toronto. So they have been playing good teams. Pittsburgh 6-3-0-1 in the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Pittsburgh's coming in off of a 3-game loss. They've only scored 2 goals in the last 3 games. coming off of a home loss versus Tampa Bay 1-2 in a shootout. They've also lost to Boston and Calgary. Pittsburgh is on, let's see, they don't play again until Saturday, but they are on a second game of a 3-game homestand. Philadelphia, as I mentioned before, they are on a back end of a back-to-back and play the Rangers at home on Saturday. It's probably going to be Harrison, and I know Shelov's just played last game. It's going to be Skinner. Harrison and Skinner. That's probably why you're getting a good favorite on Pittsburgh. I know Skinner's not the greatest goalie, but he's...
Harrison came in early in this last game. Like Vladar. Oh, Vladar's injured, actually. That's right.
Oh, yeah. It shows him listed day to day because he didn't come back. And he's being evaluated after the game. So, given that he couldn't return, I don't see him playing tomorrow.
It's hard to say. Could
Yeah.
have saved him. Could have had like some, just kind of pulled him and said, we're pulled to shoot.
I mean, that's the only them two unless they call somebody up, right? So, they don't have a third goalie. Harrison hasn't been the greatest.
Pittsburgh has been a straight under team up until now.
We also had Brian Rust was out for the last 2 games, but he did return on the most recent game. So Pittsburgh and Philly. So Skinner is 4-1 in his 4-1-1 in his last 6. He is 2.30 goals allowed and a 923 save percentage. He is that's versus Philly, but if you look back at Skinner's numbers as of recent, he is a 2.34 goals allowed and a 902 save percentage, 5-4-1. But what is interesting to note is in 4 straight games, he's only allowed 1 goal. It was Boston, New Jersey, Detroit, and Carolina. On 18 shots, 29 shots, 12 shots, and 28 shots. Man, they only allowed 12 shots to Detroit. That is nuts. In a full 60-minute net. That's some hardcore defense and blocking. Yeah, Skinner's on fire. Four games with a goal in each. Then you had Philly was on fire before they went into this losing streak. Let me see, I got to get back to... Yeah, they've only scored 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, it makes the perfect sequence for another 1 against Skinner, playing on a back-to-back. They only put up 1 against Philly the last time. 1 against Pittsburgh the last time in that 5-1 game on December 1st. It's just, how do you take Pittsburgh at a -154 when they've only scored 2 goals in the last 3 games? But like you said, they've been playing to the dead under, at least as of late. And then if you look at the head-to-head trends, it's more so to the over. Yeah, I'm gonna probably. I don't like a side or I don't like the side of the prices, and I don't like the over or the under. I'm probably going to just play some props in this game. I've been eyeing Raquel and Rust for over 2.5. They've been pretty solid. It's probably going to be juicy, but I don't think did Crosby get an apple in that last game? I don't think he did. It was Malkin goal assisted by Letang. Let me see what Crosby's numbers looks like. Come on, props.cash, work with me here. I guess I'm just going to have to go over to Daubers. Philly. Last 10 games. Crosby. This site's been bugging out on me lately.
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh. Whole body says. Oh, there we go. You got it again. Yeah, if it's Harrison, it's simply Pittsburgh. I just don't know how to go any other way. Harrison sucks. It's horrible. Just take the team total over for Pittsburgh and call it a night. Like,
so I would take Crosby and chop up a full unit between his goal and his assist. Both of them are plus 155. And he's had 8 goals in 12 games versus Philly. And he's had 9 goals in 12 games, or 9 assists in 12 games versus Philly. And he is on a 3-game hiatus. And they are also on a 3-game losing streak. I think you can count on Pittsburgh putting in some goals versus Harrison. And, I mean, I was just playing Crosby assist like 2-3 games ago before this losing streak, and it was getting to minus 115 for an assist. His point was probably still way juiced, but now at plus 155 just by going on a 3-game hiatus versus a team he's got good numbers in history versus, and the lesser of a goalie in Harrison, I'll take a shot at a goal and assist. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets out of here with one of each.
could be. All I know is Harrison sucks. So, like, what do you want to do with this game? Harrison is an absolute fucking dumpster fire. If Harrison, like Ladar is out, Harrison's in.
Yeah, I agree, Po Buddy. It is.
They take the over for the game.
I think it is risky, taking a prop on the Penguin side, but so the way I'm looking at it is you had Rust out for I think 3 games, might have been 2, but that's a huge piece. And then the most recent game, they were playing Tampa Bay. and it was Vazzy in net, and he's been solid, and Tampa Bay's been solid. So I don't expect Pittsburgh to put up, if any, much goals on Tampa Bay. But being, only giving up one to Calgary, was that a wolf start? No, it was a Devin Cooley, and that was that great game he had. And then you got Boston getting shut out by Boston. That's and it was Korpisalo in that, so yeah, that's ugly too. But I think Pittsburgh was scoring 3-7, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, and then they're on this 3-game hiatus. Like, there's got to be goals in this next game. Pittsburgh, I mean, I know some teams have been dead ass ugly, but Crosby, Malkin's back, and then you got a full lineup. I think Pittsburgh, this is a Pittsburgh spot. You got Philly on a back-to-back, tired legs. Like I said, lesser of a goalie. It's got to be goals in this game for Pittsburgh anyways.
Yeah. Like, I don't care about what they've done in the past with
Steven Jackson in the chat just said Theodore cashes is over 1.5.
Yes, he does. So both best bets come in.
Good job, Pearlo.
Yeah.
LA's on a power play. Jack Eichel's in the box. But yeah, I mean,
Theodore, I still am only showing one on NHL Net.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I got one showing on the score bet. They may have taken it back. Still got half a game.
He'll get one.
7 minutes is still left in the second.
It could be like he could be in, like, he could have a feed that's way ahead. I'll take a look here. I don't know.
Yeah, Po Buddy, I do agree with that.
I need Clark too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you said
Clark's
he took that.
only got one. I don't see him having 2 shots yet. No. But my bet is Penguins team total over 3.5. What is that paying right now? Plus 105. So the 3 and the 3.5. 3 is probably about minus 140.
Yeah. I'll take Crosby. He's got to. If anybody's going to do somebody and do something in Pittsburgh, it's going to be him. We ready to move?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to look at some stuff here.
All right, next game moves to the 8 p.m. Eastern slate as we are looking at the Seattle Kraken taking on the Boston Bruins. Seattle on the road plus 150. Boston home favorite minus 182. The over-under is set at a flat 6. Slightly juiced to the over at minus 120 over on FanDuel. Seattle 21-15-9 on the season. 11-8-4 on the road. Boston 26-19-2 on the season. 16-8-1 at home. head-to-head between these two teams. Seattle's won 5 of the last 9 versus these two teams. 5 of those games have trended to the over. They have played once this season back on January 6th, which was a little over a week ago. And Seattle won 7-4 in that game. Seattle 6-1, 2-1 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Seattle coming in on a loss to New Jersey in overtime at New Jersey 2-3. They have lost 3 of the last 4. Boston 6-3-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Boston coming in on a 4-game winning streak, most recently shutting out Detroit at home 3-0. Boston, they are on the 5th game, final game of a 5-game homestand. They travel out to Chicago on Saturday to play the Blackhawks. Seattle, they are on the 4th game of a 5-game road trip. They will travel out to play Utah on Saturday. As far as goalies in net, Grubauer played today. So it's going to be Decord tomorrow. And it looks like Swayman is projected in net for Boston.
Seattle.
The only site that's showing different is Goalie Post, and they're showing Corpusalo, but they're also showing Grubauer, and Grubauer wouldn't be playing because he's on the second half, or he would be playing back-to-back games. So it's going to be Decord. Don't know if it'll be Corpusalo, but I would say likely it's going to be Swayman. Let's see. Well, I mean, the last 5 games, they've been rotating goalie. One game goal. Swayman, Corpusalo, Swayman, Corpusalo, Swayman. So if they're going with that trend, it should be Corpusalo. But 2 of the 3 sites are projecting Swayman. So I would just wait till the morning to see who's in the starter's net in the morning skate and go with that. But Seattle's been playing great. They did lose.
Terrible on back-to-back still. They won the last 2, though.
They have won the last 2. I do remember that trend. They've also won the last 2 versus Boston. Boston's a heavy favorite.
Tough game against New Jersey. They went into overtime, and then they have to travel to Boston from Boston.
Kevin Sterling.
Not. I like Boston.
Did you see Kevin Sterling's? It says, "How bad are the Rangers?" God, they are
bottom 5. Bottom 5
Yeah.
team in the league, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Stefan says Boston team total probably a winner, or Kraken team total under.
And thanks
either
for
way
coming
can
in,
play.
Kevin. I know Kevin. Kevin used to watch a show I did like 6-7 years ago. He's an Islanders fan. He's an Islanders fan. So that's
Nice.
the reason why he's saying that. How bad is the Rangers?
Yeah, they are horrible.
Yeah. Jackson says Boston team total over, Seattle team total under. I'm going to take the first period here.
I think that's the only way you can go given the price. Like if you like Buffalo, you got to take the team total. Let me see what Decord's numbers look like against Boston.
Maybe I don't mind Decord over saves.
So Decorted versus Boston in the last 3, they're 2-1 with a 2.38 goals allowed and a 934 save percentage. Decorted in his last 10, he is 4-5-1 with a 284 goals allowed and a 906 save percentage. Decorted has led up 3 goals in the last 2 games versus Carolina and Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, Kraken were playing great. I really liked them over the Rangers. They did lose to New Jersey. They're coming in on a back-to-back where they've been horrible, but they have won their last 2. Boston's coming in on a 4-game winning streak. They just recently put up a 10 spot on the Rangers. Speaking of the Rangers.
Yeah. They might have blew their wad there.
I'll look at props in this game. There's no way I don't think I can get to a side or a total. Probably not going to have no Seattle props yet because they're on the back-to-back. Seattle won the last 2 back-to-back games, and the game went over previously back-to-back record total was all games under 5.5.
Right now,
I agree with that, Mikey. Everly owes us. I was on his fucking prop today for over 1.5. I was over on Matty Beniers over 1.5. Like, I can probably look back, but I don't think both of them have missed over 1.5 in the same game, probably all freaking season. It was a bad loss for me. Like, and there was Maddie and Jordan had plenty of chances, but man, they were just putting the sticks out there, off sticks, blocks. It was painful. And then I was painful on the other side too, because I needed Groovy saves. I took them Groovy saves. It was 26 over 25.5. And same thing on the other side. Seattle was playing great defense. They just kept sticking out the fucking sticks and deflecting pucks, and they were never getting to the net. I was like biting my teeth watching and biting my fingers watching that damn game. So it looks like, oh, what a wreck. Looks like we got the second periods coming to an end here in Vegas and LA.
Yeah.
Yep, 1-0 still, VGK.
Still only 1 shot for Taylor.
Stone's got 2 shots. Byfield still doesn't have any.
Yeah, I liked Eichel too because they didn't have Kopitar. And they got it, and they didn't take it. I like the Bruins here somehow. I think it's going to be Bruins first period for me. 1 period puck line. Plus 130.
I'll be
Seattle
looking at some
hasn't
props.
scored a goal. Seattle's only scored a goal in the first period in 24 of their games played. And one of them was this last game. But Seattle no goal first period probably wouldn't be bad. The Bruins have the Bruins go on the road after this against Chicago, Dallas. Seattle goes. Where does Seattle go after this? They got one more game on the road, right?
Yeah.
And they
Seattle.
just beat the Rangers.
They go to Utah on Saturday, and then they go back home and play Pittsburgh on Monday.
Just a Bruins spot. Bruins first period puck line. They get 3. I'll look at the team total over, but I think this is a Bruins spot. I almost want to go Bruins puck line on this one.
I could see that.
All right, let's go to the next game.
All right. We have Winnipeg visiting Minnesota. All right, let's see here. All right, we got the Jets heading over to Grand Casino Arena to play the Minnesota Wild. Puck drop on this one is at 8 o'clock Eastern. We got Winnipeg on the road as a dog, plus 128. Minnesota at home, minus 154. Over-under is set at a flat 6, slightly juiced to the under. Winnipeg 18-22-5 on the season, 7-13-2 on the road. Minnesota 26-12-9 on the season, 13-5-6 at home. Head to head, Winnipeg's won 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. The most recent 2 games have been won by Minnesota. Back on November 23rd, where they shut out Winnipeg in Winnipeg 3-0. And then back on December 27th in Winnipeg, where they beat Winnipeg in overtime 4-3. 7 of the last 10 have trended to the over between these two teams. Winnipeg 3-5-2 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Winnipeg's coming in off of a 3-game winning streak, most recently beating the Isles 5-4 at home. Also, and then Minnesota 4-2, 2-2 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Minnesota's coming in off of a 2-game losing streak, also losing 4 of the last 5. Most recently, having a piss poor performance against New Jersey at home 2-5. Minnesota is on a last game of a 3-game homestand where they went 0-2. And they head out to Buffalo to play Buffalo on Saturday. Winnipeg, this is the first game this is an island game for them. They're coming off of a 5-game homestand. Travel to Minnesota to play this single Minnesota game. Then travel back home to play Toronto on Saturday. As far as net minders, we are looking at Hallebuck and Gus projected on RotoWire. We got the same matchup projected on Left Wing Lock. And we got the same matchup projected on Goalie Post. So I would say it's probably 75% that it's going to be both of these two. Winnipeg on the road has been horrible. Minnesota at home has been great. Winnipeg has been great as of late, although they've beaten 3 lesser mediocre teams. Minnesota's lost to 2 lesser mediocre teams back to back. They've also lost 4 of the last 5 with back-to-back losses against LA. They've only beat Seattle in those 5 games. They beat Anaheim, who is struggling. Lost to San Jose, who's been hot. Beat Vegas. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it,
Minnesota's
but
bought all the shit, right?
yeah,
Like,
I
mean,
hate
if
to say it.
they don't win, if Minnesota doesn't win this game, they got to figure shit out. They This should
Yeah, I
be
mean,
like a big time Minnesota.
yeah. And I hate to say it, but plus 128 on Winnipeg kind of looks enticing. Like, I know they
Well, I
really
got
haven't beat great
136.
teams.
TK's got 136.
Their last 3 wins have been Isles, Devils, Kings. Like, those are good wins, but not against good teams right now.
And they're on the road.
Yeah, and they're on the road. And then you got Minnesota losing to LA twice. That shouldn't happen. Beating Seattle and then losing to the Isles and losing to the Devils. Like, I don't want to bet on either one of these teams. Like, the way I see it is I'll just take the plus money and close my eyes. And hope to hell if it can get a win on the road. But it should be a Minnesota spot.
Minnesota beat Winnipeg 4-3 in December. In Winnipeg.
Only game.
So it's like kind of a
Revenge for them.
spot, I guess.
Here we go with the pole buddy Minnesota get right spot question mark.
Yeah, exactly. That's really
yeah. Let's go with Winnipeg. Even though I kept telling
is
myself,
this a Minnesota get right spot? That's exactly true.
this is the Dallas Stars of last week. They were looking for that
lost to New Jersey 5-2. So your question is, like, are they just going back to the mean? As far as Hughes really wasn't that big of a deal to them?
I mean, look at they lost LA. They lost to LA back to back in LA.
Yeah, and they won 1 game in Seattle. Came home. That was a pretty good fight against the Islanders, considering that spot. And then just went to shit. Yeah, I think Minnesota gets back on the track here. They're going on the road after this too, so like they've had a couple days to practice. Is it a couple days? Yeah,
Minnesota. Yeah, 2 days.
It's really the first time they've had a chance to practice with Hughes. They've been kind of riding a high. And now they've come back to reality, so it's a check. What do you do here now? I think they crush.
I'm tempted to
and
take
Winnipeg's got Toronto right after this. They just won 3 games. They're playing Minnesota, who they give no fucks about. Well, they sort of do. It's a division rival. I mean, they should care about it, I guess. And they're on the road for one and then back home again in this one, right? Yeah. It's an island game for Winnipeg.
I'm tempted to take Winnipeg's team total over 2.5. -125. I mean, at that case, if you think Minnesota's get right spot, then you're leaning the over.
Yeah.
Winnipeg is scored 3 or more goals in 5 straight and 6 of the last 7. They put up 5 against LA and Kemper. Maybe I won't bet on Winnipeg,
I'm more
but I'll bet on
inclined
their
to
team
take
total.
Minnesota team total over.
The over 3.5 against Hellebuck.
Yeah. Hellebuck over saves, maybe, but I mean, this is a get right spot for Minnesota. You had a couple days off to practice. It's really been kind of a whirlwind up until now since you got Hughes. And Hughes now gets to be able to get settled in Minnesota and all that kind of stuff like that.
Hellebuck does have a pretty good record versus Minnesota. Let me see how it is the other way. Hellebuck is 7-2-1 in the last 10 with a 2.0 goals allowed and a 931 save percentage. As far as I said, it was going to be Gus, right? Gus.
Yeah. Well,
Gus.
it says it's going to be Gus.
Yeah.
So far.
And they did play the kid last game, right? Yeah, Minnesota played Wallstat against Jersey. See Gus Bus. So Gus is 4-2-2 in his last 8 games versus Winnipeg. He's got a 2.22 goals allowed and a 926 save percentage. So they're pretty much the same. Gus has lost 4 straight versus Winnipeg, but he did win 4 straight before that. Hellebuck on the road as of late.
Didn't Pionk just go on the IR too?
Hellebuck is 0-5 in his last 5 road starts.
Yeah, they just brought up Elias Salamonson because Elias Salamonson so far in his NHL tenure has been absolute ass. It's been terrible. Terrible. I'm taking Minnesota. It's just a question of how I want to go about taking them. They had time to kind of get settled. You got to really believe in the coach for Minnesota here to get this team settled out after a couple losses and all that kind of stuff like that. My guess would be Minnesota first period puck line.
Yeah, Hellebuck's 0-5 in his last 5 starts. Po Buddy says they think he'll be in the draw between this game.
I think Minnesota crushes here. Winnipeg 793. Yeah. I'm taking Wild everything here. I mean, yeah, like what the Jets have got some games at home, pretty much, right? They beat LA, who is meh. New Jersey, who was struggling, barely beat them. The New York Islanders, which they weren't even in a very good spot.
Wild has won their last 6 starts on 3 days rest. 4 of 6 games going
Just one
into
sec.
OT.
Hello.
Yes. What are you trying to get from Speedway?
Say what?
What are you trying to buy at Speedway?
Speedway.
It
You mean
was declined.
okay?
So it was declined.
Right.
So you,
Okay.
what are you trying to buy over there?
I just want to get chips.
Okay. Did you get it?
No.
Okay. Cigarette. How about that?
What?
You're trying to get.
All right, so I will continue on until Pearlo comes back. But I know he's, just like he said, he's on Wild everything on there. I'm just leaning Winnipeg's team total. I don't know if I'll get to that by tomorrow, but I may look at some props as well. If you look back, I'm looking back on the head-to-head meetings. 26-19 shots on the 27th. Gotta go back to last season to find some 30s. So I may look at some props here in this game, but I don't know if anything is out right now. Let's see. We got some props. Brock Favor over 1.5 shots looks pretty good. He's covered that in 5 of the last 6. In 4 of those last 5, he's had 3 or more, and his line is 1.5. He's also covered that in 7 of the last 10 versus Winnipeg. And they are at home, which he's covered in 4 straight at home versus Winnipeg. And Brock Faber is slightly better at home on his splits. So Brock Faber looks like a pretty good shot prop for over 1.5. I know that the defensive position too against Winnipeg, it shows that they're 23rd, which means they are the 10th worst, or 23rd. There's 32 teams. They are the 9th worst team to give up the most shots to defensemen in the league. So I would say that prop is probably favored in something that might be on my card. Minus 135 at 1.5. I kind of like that. And yeah, I think we've talked about this quite a bit. Like I said, I'm slightly on Winnipeg's team total. Pearlo likes everything Minnesota here, and I'm sure he'll get to some goals or props tomorrow for this game as well. Let's go ahead and switch over to the next game on the card, which is Calgary visiting United Center to play Chicago. So we got Calgary on the road, traveling over to the United Center to play the Chicago Blackhawks. This is an 8:30 Eastern puck drop game. Calgary. This is pretty much a pick 'em. Got Calgary minus 108 on FanDuel. Chicago at home as a favorite, slight favorite, minus 112. Over under is set at 6. Juice to the under, minus 122. You got Calgary 19, 23, and 4 on the season, 7, 16, and 2 on the road, 19, 20, and 7 on the season, 10, 10, and 4 at home. Head to head, Chicago's won 6 of the last 10 meetings. They are a dead 500 to the over under. They did play twice this season. The first game was in Calgary, where Chicago won 4-0 and shut out the Flames. And then the second game was in Chicago on November 18th, where Chicago beat Calgary 5-2. Calgary 4-6 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Calgary's coming in on the final game of a 5-game road trip. They did lose to the Blue Jackets 3-5 on the 13th. They've also lost 5 of the last 6. Chicago 6-3, 0-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Then you got Chicago coming in off of a 1-4 loss to Edmonton at home. This is the second game home of a 4-game homestand, and they play back at home against Boston on Saturday. You got Calgary, like I said, they're on a last game of a 5-game road trip, and they head back home to play the Isles on Saturday. Looking at this matchup, like I know that Chicago's won 2 of the last, and they were both this season. Let me see who's going to be in net. Looks like it's going to be Wolf and Knight projected. You see Wolf and Knight. So the only site that's showing different is Goalie Post, and it's showing Devin Cooley and Spencer Knight. If I'm looking at the last games to see who played, we had Dustin Wolf play against the Blue Jackets on the 13th. Cooley did play on the 10th, but prior to that, Wolf had played 3 straight. Given that Calgary is off until Saturday, I mean, they could play Cooley here, but I don't see why they wouldn't play Wolf, especially coming off of back-to-back losses against Chicago. You also have Chicago coming in on a 1-4 loss to Edmonton. You also had, in that game, Connor Bedard did not play. I think it was an illness. So he should be back in the lineup in this one. Let me just make sure. Oh, how funny. They don't show him in the lineup or on the injury report on RotoWire. Yeah, that's weird. But you would think he'd be back in the lineup if it was an illness. I'm pretty sure it was an illness from what I remember. But yeah, I mean, it's hard for me not to bet Chicago here if Bedard's back in the lineup. Like, you got Calgary on a 5 of 6 losing game road trip. I mean, losing 5 of the last 6. They lost to Nashville, Seattle, Montreal, Boston. They did beat Pittsburgh 2-1. And then they lost to the Blue Jackets 3-5. Chicago, they have kind of turned it around. They've won 5 of the last 7. You got Bedard healthy now. I think he was back for a game or 2 before he was out on this illness. So I do expect him to be back. Damn, it looks like LA just scored Fiala. We got 1-1 in Vegas. Let's see how this goal happened. Too many rebounds. Yeah, lots of shit bouncing off. So, yeah, looking more deeply into this game. Chicago coming off an Edmonton loss, but they did beat Nashville, lost to Washington, beat St. Louis, beat Vegas, beat Washington, beat Dallas. The only thing that's kind of making me hesitant is Calgary losing the first 2 games of the season versus Chicago. So you would think Calgary's wanting to come with back-to-back revenge and losing both games this season, not wanting to be shut out on the season, trying to get a win here. Thanks, Po Buddy. He just said I can't post on the screen because this is Pearlo's stream, but Po Buddy in the chat says Bedard illness returned to practice on Wednesday. So just weird that they don't show him in the lineup or out of the lineup in the injury report, but I'd be pretty sure he's going to return tomorrow. As far as props in this game, let's look at those. See if we got anything listed. Connor Bedard over 1.5. He's minus 150, but he's covered that line in every game versus Calgary, which is 6. So he's 6-0 to covering the over 2.5 in 6 of those games. I believe his splits favor him more at home. Yeah, he is 75% on the season. He is 53% on the season on the road. At home, he's covered 12 of the last 14 games. So I think that's a pretty good line for him. He's also covered 4 or more in 3 of the last 4. And head-to-head, he's covered 4 or more in 4 of 6 games. So I could see Connor Bedard shooting in this game. As far as other players, nothing really that I see that stands out. Everything else is pretty juiced in this game for props, at least on the shot side. I think if you're looking for points or assists, so Bertuzzi's coming off of a 2-game point streak. He's also had points in 5 of the last 7 games, 7 of the last 10 games. As far as goals, no goals. Bedard has had 6 goals in the last 4 games versus Calgary. Last game he played Calgary, he had a hat trick. Plus 178 for Bedard to get a goal. Let's see, I really don't see. Oliver Moore's had a goal and has had 2 goals in the last 4 games. And he also had 1 goal versus Calgary in his last game on the 18th. So, I mean, at plus 440, that's probably a good look for Chicago, maybe. But yeah, I mean, I'm slightly leaning to Chicago here. As far as the total, depending on who's in net, I know Knight's been a little leaky as of late. And if it's Wolf, he's been pretty solid. I don't know about Cooley. Let me see what Wolf's numbers look like as of late. Second, let me pull that up. So Wolf versus Chicago is 3-2 with a 304 goals allowed and an 888 save percentage. He's only had 5 games versus them. Wolf in his last 10 games, he is 4-6 with a 301 goals allowed and a 904 save percentage. Wolf is coming in off a 5-game losing streak, and he's given up 4 or more goals in all 5 of those games. So let me look, but I mean they're probably going to be 3.5. I'm looking at the team total here for Chicago. Wolf giving up 4 straight in 5 games straight or 6 games straight. You would think Chicago coming off of a one goal. So over 3 is minus 107 on Bet Rivers. I kind of like that. If not, you have to catch the 3.5 at plus 140. The minus 2.5 is too juiced at minus 165. But I could see Chicago getting 3. You know, maybe Calgary fights this game and tries to get a W here. And, you know, like I said, coming off of a 5 of 6 losses streak. They did beat Pittsburgh and they went back and lost against the Blue Jackets. But Chicago to get 3, I mean, they got 5 and 4 in the 2 games that they previously faced them. If you're looking back at their recent trends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the last 7, they've scored 3 or more goals. And 8 of the last 10, they've scored 3 or more goals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. 7 of the last 10, they've scored 3 or more goals. So that might be the look for me here. I also lean Chicago money line, so I may get to that as well. But I definitely like the team total a lot better. And then like I said, I like Bedard over 2.5 shots. Let me see. The minus 150 is what they were showing on props.cash, but let me look to see if any of those lines are actually posted so we can get some true numbers. Shots on goal. Yeah, minus 150 is the best line you're going to find out there, and that's on Bet ESPN or the Score Bet app is minus 150. And then as far as yeah, that's the best you're going to be able to find is minus 150. So I would just parlay that with something. But yeah, I mean, I like Chicago's money line. I also like their team total over 3. Like I said, I think I found that at, what did I say, minus 107? Yeah, minus 107 on Rivers. I like that there. That's something I might get behind. Got Bedard coming back. They should be able to score on the Flames. But yeah, we still don't have Pearlo back, so I will move on to the next game. And then when he returns, we can just kind of look back at this. I mean, I kind of do like the over as well. Who said that in the chat? T3385. I mean, like I said, Knight's been a little leaky. If it's Wolf, I said he's been solid, and then I think I just said that he's given up 4 more goals in like 5 straight. Yeah, he's given up 4 more goals in 5 straight. Let me look at Knight real quick before we move on. Give Pearlo a few more minutes as well. So looking at Spencer Knight, he is 1-2-1 in his last 4 games versus Calgary. 294 goals allowed and a 905 save percentage. Hey, Vegas just scored. Marner. Guess he's not looking ahead of the Toronto game. But he did shut out Calgary in the last game on 33 attempts. And then prior to that, he gave up 4-5, 3-4-5. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, if he gave a shutout and he's been, let's see, he's given up 3-3-2, 3-2, 4-2, 3-3, and 3 in his last 10 games. He gave up 3 to Edmonton. He gave up 3 to St. Louis, 2 to Washington, 3 to Dallas. So, I mean, if you expect Knight to give up 3, I expect Chicago to get 3 uh, on Wolf after he's given up 4 and 5 straight. So, yeah, there's your case for the over, and it's at 5.5. So, or no, 6. Well, I thought I saw 5.5. Let me look. Yeah, 5.5. BetMG or Bet365 minus 130. You can still find some 5.5s out there. I don't think it'll last. You can find 5.5 at minus 125 on Fanatics. So I think whether it's Wolf or Cooley, Cooley's just been bad. Let me check those numbers just to make sure. I don't want to say Cooley's been bad if we got to give good data here. I can't be just throwing numbers out there. So Cooley, as of late, he's 5-3-1 with a 2.39 goals allowed and a 9.12 save percentage. So he's actually been pretty decent. He gave up 1 to Pittsburgh, 3 to Vegas. Back-to-back games, he gave up 4 versus Detroit and Nashville. So, I mean, to be honest, if you look at his last 10, he's actually playing better than Wolf. But it looks like Wolf is slated for this game. So if it's Wolf, all the more power to you, to the over. I don't know if I'll get there. I think at 5.5, I like it. It is a little bit juicy, but yeah, I could see what was their last 10. So they're a dead 500 to the over, but they have went to the over 3 of the last 4. So I could see that at 5.5. All right, let's move on. I don't know how we're 2.5 hours into this stream, and I think we still have a few more games to go. Let's see, we're on Calgary, Chicago. Oh, we only got 3 more games. So we are hitting the 9 o'clock slate now. And we got Dallas and Utah here. This should be a fun one. All right, we got this is a division matchup here. We got Dallas on the road traveling to the Delta Life Center to face the Utah Mammoth. 9 p.m. puck drop Eastern. Dallas on the road, a slight dog, minus 108. Probably after that convincing win that Utah had against Toronto. It was a bad spot for Toronto. I didn't like the price that they were priced at, but it was a Utah spot. So, had Toronto on the back-to-back after beating Colorado. A big win for them. But anyways, Utah at home as a favorite, minus 111. Over-under is set at 6. We got a slight, it's probably pretty much a pick 'em at the 6, but it's a slightly juice to the under at minus 115 on FanDuel. Dallas 27-11-9 on the season, 15-5-6 on the road. Utah 23-20-4 on the season, 12-7-2 at home. Head to head in the last 5 meetings, as the Yotes have been the Mammoth. Dallas has won 4 of the last 5. 3 of those 5 have trended to the over. They did play once this season already, back on November 28th. We're in Dallas, where Dallas won 4-3. Dallas in their last 10, they are 2-4-3-1 in the last 10. 6 of the 10 have trended to the over. Most recently, Dallas coming in off a 1-3 loss to Anaheim. Anaheim breaking their 9 or 10 game losing streak against Dallas. I think it was a bad loss for Dallas. You got Utah 6-3-1 in their last 10, trending to a dead 500 in the last 10 matchups. You got Toronto. They beat Toronto at home 6-1. Like I said, bad spot for Toronto on a back-to-back against Colorado. So I understood the number. It's just Utah hasn't been playing the greatest, even though they are 6-3-1 in their last 10. You got Utah. They are on the 5th game of a 7-game homestand. They don't play again until Saturday, where Seattle comes to visit them at home. You have Dallas. They are on the 6th and final game of a 6-game road trip. They will head back home and play Tampa Bay on Sunday. So slight look ahead, I guess, for Dallas, although this is a divisional matchup. So I'm sure both of these two teams, let me see where they stand in the standings. In the West, you have Dallas with 63 points in the West. You got Utah with 50. So Utah's 13 points behind them in the Central. Only 2 teams ahead of Utah is the Wild and the Stars. But they are at least double-digit point spreads between those two. And then Utah is like right above the Predators. The Predators have 48 points. Utah's got 50. And then the Blackhawks got 45. So they're still, right back there. And then you got the Avalanche in the way far ahead in the Central with 74 points. So, yeah, Paul buddy, I agree. Flames suck on the road. Even more so to take the Blackhawks. So let's get back to looking at this game. You have Dallas. Like I said, they are 2-4-3-1 in their last 10. Struggling. I'm pretty sure it was DeSmith that played in the last game, so it's probably going to be Jake. Jake has been struggling as well. Let me look at Jake's numbers. But before that, let me make sure that is who is projected. Yeah, Ottinger and Veggie. So that's who is projected on RotoWire. We got the same projection on Left Wing Lock. And we have the same projection on Goalie Post. So it's looking like it's probably going to be those 3. Like I said, let's look at Jake's numbers in the last 10. And then we'll look at Veggie's as well. Since we don't have no conversations coming from Pearlo, I can kind of run through a few other stats that I like to look at. So you got Ottinger versus Utah. He is 0-1-1 versus Utah as the Mammoth. Oh, did I not hit generate? Sorry, it's showing Logan Cooley here. So Ottinger, he's 8-1 in the last 9 matchups versus Utah. He is holding a 2.0 goals allowed and a 925 save percentage. So he's been solid against them. Like I said, he's given up an average of 2 goals. He did have one shutout way all the way back in the 22-23 season when they were playing them as the Arizona Coyotes. And then as of late, real big difference. 4-4-2 in his last 10. 305 goals allowed, 892 save percentage. So even though he shut out LA to 1 goal, prior to that he had allowed 5 to Carolina, 4 to Montreal, 4 to Chicago, 3 to Chicago. He did only allow 1 to Toronto, and then let up 3 to San Jose, Florida, Minnesota, and then 2 to Pittsburgh. So, I mean, you can say he's given up an average of 2 towards Utah, and then he's given up an average of 3 in his more recent form. As far as Vejmelka, giving Ottinger's numbers, I don't expect these to be good. So Ottinger is 1-3-2 in his last 7 versus Dallas, holding a 3.41 goals allowed and an 882 save percentage. So really bad numbers versus Dallas. His only win came in the most recent game back on April 12th of last year. He did allow 3, but prior to that he allowed 3, 3, 2, 4, 4, 4. So, and then in current form, it's the total opposite. He's 8-2 in his last 10, 2.2 goals allowed, and a 9.12 save percentage. So, I mean, he's given up 6 goals in his last 4 games. So he's playing decent. He only gave up 1 to Toronto. Like I said, Toronto was completely gassed in that game. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at recent trends, like Utah's playing better. If you're looking at head-to-head history, Dallas has got the upper hand both in the goalie and in the game. As far as the over-under at a flat 6, like I really don't have a lean one way or the other. Yeah, they have went over this total in the last 2 games and in the most recent game back on November 28th. But it's really hard for me to say whether this is an over-under game. Veg Malco has been great, but he hasn't been great against Dallas. Dallas is currently struggling, but Jake's been great against Utah. So, Chad said, did Pearlo die? I don't know. It sounded like his wife called him, so I'm sure he's ironing something out or he is on the phone somewhere. But I'll be here at least for the foreseeable future. I don't know if I can stop the stream if I get to the end, and may continue to go on for a few minutes. But like I said, we still have 2 games that should give us at least another 30 minutes before I get to the end of that, and we'll see if Perlo's back before the end of that. Got 2 minutes and 29 seconds left in the Vegas game. It's still 2-1. And if I had to guess, LA's probably going to be pulling the goalie here any minute, nearing the 2-minute mark. As far as props, let's look at these. Dallas, Utah. Shots on goal props here. I don't see a whole lot I like, although the me and Pearlo special, which we've been talking about for I don't know how many shows. Mikhail Sergachev, over 1.5 shots at home. He has covered that in 18 of the last 21 games. Minus 132. Like, I know head to head, he's only covered that in 4 of the last 9 games. So not the greatest head to head, but his head to head numbers at home his numbers at home are completely outrageous. He's just been covering like you wouldn't believe. Dursey as well. I saw somebody, Buddy just said maybe price better as well. They actually don't have his prop up yet. So I'll wait to see if that's becomes available. But he is in the lineup. I just don't see it listed yet. Let me check on BetStamp. I don't see it listed on props.cash, and usually they don't generate their stats until a line comes out. Good old Sean. Yeah, they don't have a shot on goal prop yet. They only got his goal, assist, and points and power play points listed. So we'll, you know what I can do is we got a few minutes here. Let me see what his form is versus Dallas. I want to say that they don't. I wonder how they defend against shots from a defender. So you got Sergachev. So they're 24th in the league, which means that there's 9 teams worse than them. They give up the most shots on goal to defensemen. So, oh man, you got Vegas just scored and tied it up. It's 2-2. Brent Clark. I wonder if Pearlo cashed his. Brent Clark. Yeah, Brent Clark's got 2 shots, so he cashed that. And Theodore's got 2 shots, so he cashed that. Good for him. I don't believe Pearlo's going to be back. He just messaged me and said that he will end the show when I am done. So, and if he does come back, I'm sure he will be back. But I'll just continue on for now, and we will keep on trugging along. We got 2 more games. But yeah, I said I was going to look at Jersey real quick versus Dallas. So Jersey's had 2 shots on goal in that November 28th game. And then dating back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's covered 5 of the last 10 games and 5 of the last 7, 2 or more shots. So if it's a good price, it's probably a good play. Let's go ahead and get over to this next game. We got the Isles and the Oilers, I believe it is. So, all right, we got the Isles heading over to the Rogers Place Arena to play the Edmonton Oilers, 9 p.m. puck drop. Got the Isles on the road as a dog, plus 142. Edmonton at home as a favorite, minus 172. Over-under is set at 6, slightly reduced to the over at minus 120. Isles, 25, 16, and 5 on the season. 11, 8, and 3 on the road. Edmonton, 23, 16, and 8 on the season. 11, 5, and 4 at home. In the last 10 head-to-head matchups, the Oilers have won 6 of the last 10 meetings. They did play once this season, back a weekend to the season when they a weekend of the season in New York, where New York won 4-2. Islanders are 6-3, 0-1 in the last 10, 6 of the last 10 trending to the over. Islanders coming in off of a 4-5 loss to Winnipeg in Winnipeg. Edmonton's 5-3, 1-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Edmonton also coming in off of a loss to Nashville, 3-4 in overtime. Edmonton is on a single island game at home, sandwiched in between 2 road games. Nashville yesterday, and then they play Vancouver on Saturday in Vancouver. The Isles, they're on the 4th game of at least a 7-game road trip, and they head out to Calgary on Saturday to play Calgary. Looking into this matchup, very hard to take Edmonton at the minus 172 price. You got the Isles coming off of a 4-5 loss. They've also lost 2 of the last 3. They have had 4 overtimes in the last 7 games. Edmonton, I couldn't believe they lost to Nashville, but they did beat Chicago. They have been scoring. They put up 6 against Nashville, 4 against Winnipeg, 3 against LA, 4 against Chicago, 3 against Nashville. Oh, VGK, overtime winner. Let's go. Who was it? Please tell me. Mark Stone. I gave that out at the beginning of this show. Hopefully you guys cash, I think. Let me see. Eccles, Stone. Stone. It was Stone. Eccles assist. Oh, Adam, great job. Adam got the 2 points too. Hell yeah, let's go. So I gave out Stone anytime goal at the beginning of this. I think it was plus 170 is what I gave it out as. Something like that. He also had 3 shots on goal. So as far as what did I have? I had a parlay of what did I put a parlay together with? It was Stone 2, and I'm sure this one didn't cash. It was yeah, Byfield ended with 0 shots on goal. Bastard. I just figured he'd have more attempts with all the injuries on the Kings, and never got there. But yeah, I'm just glad Vegas won. I upped it. I bet Vegas last night or this morning at minus 115, and then 15 minutes before puck drop, I sent a message out to crank it up to a 2-unit bet. So I'm glad I cashed that. I was having a bad day prior to that. I didn't cash the parlay, which kind of sucks. It was plus 145 for Stone and Byfield to get 2 shots each, but just happy to cash that 2-unit bet there. All right. So as far as this game, let me look at props. I don't know if I'm gonna. I know the Islanders are plus 142. It's great value there, but I mean, Oilers coming off of a loss to the Predators. I just don't like that minus 170 price. It's hard to bet on the Oilers right now when you can't even, don't know which team's going to show up. Sometimes they look like none of the top 6 are there. And I mean, obviously you got McDavid trying to do what he can do, but all right. So, as far as shots on goal props here, oh yeah, I'm sure Pearlo will love this. Looks like we got good numbers for Tony DeAngelo after he just screwed him in the last game. That was, we bet on him the first game and he scored. So he's covered that in 3 of the last 4, 75% against Edmonton. If you're looking at his road splits, he has covered that in 6 of the last 8 games on the road. So that might be a good prop. As far as points, let's see who's going to be in net. Did I even mention that? Sorokin and Jari is who is expected. Let me check all the sites. Yeah, all 3 sites are showing Sorokin and Jari. So, I mean, Sorokin hasn't been the greatest form as of late. Let me look at his numbers, but I would say maybe lean to the over here. I think it was a flat 6. So Sorokin's numbers, he's 3-3-2 and 3-3-2 in his last 8 versus Edmonton. 2.35 goals allowed, 9.32 save percentage. As of late, Sorokin just gave up 5 to Winnipeg, but he's 7-3 in those last 10 meetings. 10 games, 2.39 goals allowed and a 9.25 save percentage. So, I mean, outside of that 5 spot, he gave up 3 to Minnesota, did shut out New Jersey. So, I mean, he has been kind of a little bit all over the place. Let me see what Jari's numbers looks like against the Isles. Last 10 meetings, Jari is 4-5-1. Like, given that these are all with Pittsburgh, 4-5-1, 303 goals allowed, and a 906 save percentage. Current form, he is 6-1-2 in his last 9. 303 goals allowed and an 893 save percentage. So, I mean, I could give a case for the over here. I know that 8 of the last 10 meetings have went to the over between these 2 teams. Or actually, well, I don't know if 4-2, 2-1, 4-3, that's an over. Unless those totals, so that's no 8 have trended to the under. Sorry about that. I had that backwards. Isles 6 of the last 10 have trended to the over, and the Edmonton Oilers 6 of the last 10 have trended to the over. Flat 6 minus 120. I'd lean to the over here, but it's not the greatest lean for me. And then, like I said, as far as the side, I don't know if I'll get to a side on either side. Like I said, you have Edmonton coming off of that loss to Nashville, also losing 2 of the last 3. They lost to LA. Like, that's another bad loss. And they did beat Chicago, but Chicago was out with Bedard. That was the illness game. And then the Isles, they did put up 4 against Winnipeg, and Winnipeg's been playing decent in the last couple games. They did beat Minnesota, but Minnesota's been on a losing streak. Nashville's struggling. They beat them in a shootout. So we'll see. Let's see, what does Adam saves here? This is a working saves play. Sorokin. Islanders PK is pretty bad on the road. Edmonton's power play points should be a great look here, as Isles have been giving up a power play goal in 5 of the last 7 games on the road. Adam, I totally agree. I was, I don't know if I said it or if I was about to say it, but like, looking at like McDavid or Draisaitl 2 points, something like that, that leads right into what you're saying as well. Let me see. So let me see what numbers they look like. So Draisaitl's had 2 points in 3 of the last 5. And he's also had 2 or more points in 4 of the last 6 versus the Islanders. So that looks like pretty good. And you're getting it at almost even money. McDavid has had 2 or more points in 3 of the last 5 or 6 games head to head. And he's also had 2 or more points in 5 of the last 6. So those are definitely 2. And, obviously McDavid's a little more juiced, just given that. One thing that I've been looking at, and see if somebody's Bouchard shots against the Islanders is leaking defenseman. Okay, I like that too. I was just gonna say McDavid at home has been shooting like crazy. So let me look at that. I know he hasn't covered his over 3.5 in his last 2 games. But yeah, he's covered that. He's covered the over 3.5 in 10 straight. In his last 10 games, he has had 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 9, 6, 10, and 5. His over 3.5 shots on goal is minus 110. I think that's a really good play for tomorrow, especially because he hasn't, like in his last 20, he's only not covered that in 5 games, but he's only had 2 spurts where he didn't cover it in back-to-back games, and he has not covered it in the last back-to-back games. I felt like I didn't watch the Nashville game, but I did watch the Chicago game, and I was actually on McDavid to have 3 shots in that game, and it was a tight end to a parlay, and it looked like he took the night off. I think he only ended with 1 shot. As far as the Nashville game, it looks like he had 3 shots on 4 attempts. But I mean, prior to that, he was in double digits on attempts for a whole lot of games. So I'm probably going to be on the McDavid look. But I do agree with Adam on the Bouchard shots as well. So looking at Bouchard shots, he has been shooting a little more on the road, but he's been putting up 4 or more. And like he said, they are very leaky to defensemen. And he's covered his over 2.5 in the last 3 games versus the Islanders. He even put up an 8 spot on them back on November of last year. So, or I say last year, last season is what I meant to say. So I definitely could see that. I do like the Connor McDavid look. And And then I believe Connor McDavid at home has been scoring a lot as well. Let me look at that real quick. So Connor's scored 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in his last 6 games. He has went on a hiatus and not scored in the last 2 games. And then head to head, he's only scored 2 of the last 7 games versus the Isles. But at home, he's been pretty solid. So he has scored 5 goals in his last 3 games at home. So, like I said, and it's plus 110. Like, I know you never get really good value on him or make Draisaitl to get a goal, but I mean, who else? Hyman every now and then. You may get a goal from Bouchard, Baum every now and then, or the Nuge. So, and Ralzovic hasn't been doing shit as of late. So we'll see how that goes. But I think, like I said, I could possibly get to the over here. But I do like Connor McDavid over 3.5 shots at home. Been very solid at home. I could see that line moving overnight. Probably going to close at like a minus 120, 125. Currently at a minus 110. Let me see what the best number is for that. I'm looking at that number on Props.cash, but there could be a better number out there. Minus 110 is the best look there. It's on ESPN, the Score Bet app, Hard Rock, and Caesars and MGM. So you got a pretty good variety there. All right, let's get over to this next game. I believe this is the final game. It is, and it's where Marner returns back to Toronto, or they're in Vegas, but they're playing Toronto. I thought they were going back to Toronto. But anyways, Toronto's playing his old team. I mean, Toronto. Marner's playing his old team here. So we got I think they call it the Fortress or the Kingdom or something. But we got Toronto heading over to T-Mobile Arena to visit and play the Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights are on a back-to-back as they just beat the Kings 3-2 tonight in overtime. Toronto on the road as a favorite, plus 118. Vegas at home as a favorite, minus 142 on the back-to-back. You got over-under set at 6, slightly juiced to the over, minus 118 on FanDuel. Toronto 23-16-7 on the season, 7-11-2 on the road. Vegas 22-11-12 on the season, 10-6-6 at home. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings between these two teams, they were a dead 500, and they are a dead 500 to the over and the under. They have not played at all this season. This is the first game that they're playing this season. The most recent game was last season where Vegas won in Vegas 5-2. Toronto 7-1-2 in their last 10, dead 500 to the over under. Toronto coming off of a 1-6 loss versus Utah. That was a bad spot for Toronto, back-to-back altitude. They played Colorado and Utah. They did beat Colorado as well. Vegas 5-3, 1-1 in their last 10. 6 of the last 10 have trended to the over. Vegas coming in on a 5-game winning streak. Most recently, like I said, beating LA tonight on the road 3-2. Vegas, they will be, or like I said, will be on a back half of a back-to-back, and they don't play again until Saturday, where Nashville comes to visit them at T-Mobile. Toronto, they are on the third game of a 4-game road trip, and they finish out that road trip on Saturday when they visit the Jets in Winnipeg. Oh, let's see. So you got Vegas on a back-to-back, so it's going to be Carl Lindbaum in net, and it looks like Toronto is going with Joseph Woll. Let me double check that. So left wing lock is showing Aiden Hill projected in the lineup. And goalie post is showing Aiden Hill projected. Let me look at his injury status. So we got Aiden Hill, won't play Wednesday's road. This is on January 13th. Won't play the road matchup against the Kings, but he is nearing a return to the lineup per Sinbin Vegas. So it does show him projected to return tomorrow. But like I said, RotoWire is showing Carl Lindbaum. So there's a possibility it could be him. I'm almost positive it won't be Akira Schmidt on the back-to-back. But we have seen goalies play on a back-to-back. The Fortress. Thank you, Pole Buddy. I knew it was something. What did I say? The Kingdom? But yeah, the Fortress. What a great opening show they got there as well. It's like, it's Vegas. Everything's a fucking show. But yeah, I mean, let's see. What does Adam say? Absolute terrible spot for Toronto. Played in Colorado in altitude. Then went to Utah, even more altitude. Now have a night in Vegas. So now they will be hungover instead of resting. I agree. I mean, it is a bad spot for Toronto. You would assume, and I mean, the line is kind of showing that, right? You got Vegas on a back-to-back as a heavy favorite against Toronto. Toronto has been playing pretty good puck. I mean, they were on a 4-game winning streak. They beat Colorado, which was a huge win for them. And then they shit themselves on dead legs and high altitude in Utah. So I do agree with Adam's note there. And yeah, I mean, Vegas as a favorite on a back-to-back minus 142. I can be honest, I don't like that price as a favorite, but you might be able to find a better number on it. So you got minus 133 on Bovada. I haven't used that book in forever now that books have been available in Arizona for the last few years. But I still have an account. Probably got a lot more points than I do money in that account. But minus 133, that's the best line you can find right now. If you are on the Vegas side, minus 135 on some more standard local books, Bet365, Caesars, DraftKings. Those are all minus 135. So T says Toronto is the worst team for me to bet. It's unreal. You know what? I do have, I don't know about teams, but I do have certain players that the trend could be amazing, and I'm always on the opposite side of them. I don't bet them, they cash. I bet them, they don't cash. So I totally get what you're saying there. Bovada uses crypto right to deposit. I used to use it too with Missouri taking forever to become legal, but switched to ProfitX. You know what? I wish I had ProfitX and Novig. When those books went live in Arizona, it was by far the best book. You could beat every money line by like 10, 15 cents. And then they started adding player props, and I was beating those lines by 10, 15 cents. And I'd say beat, but they were current lines that were out like FanDuel and all these other ones. And I think those two books are more like user based. So when money comes in based on the public, those lines change because it's like we're essentially betting against each other on those books because they're more like a market versus that. But I love those books. And then I guess they weren't paying taxes to Arizona. So Arizona put out a cease and desist, and I lost ProfitX, Novig, and Fliff and Rebet all in the same like week. All four of those kind of went live at the same time. So, but yeah, Adam, if you're getting those numbers, and for anybody that's watching this stream, all 17 of you, if you're streaming on YouTube, those books, Novid, ProfitX, Fliff, and Fliff, and Sports Trade was another one I was using. Sports Trade had great odds as well. So if you have those books available in your state, sign up because you can get 10, 15 cents on almost every line, almost every time. And, like, and I just to give you a little more info, like, I would take any book that you have available in every state that you have. I mean, if you're in Arizona, like I think at one point I had 25 books. Like, I don't use them every day, but, and at some point I was leaving money loaded on each one of them in case I wanted to make a bet, but use that to your advantage. Like, anytime you can get 5 cents to 15-cent saving on any line, like, it may not, like, say if you're $100 better, that's $15, $7. If you're a $50 bet, it's $6. But at the end of the year, especially on your losses, it's going to amount to hundreds. For me, it's probably, closer to the thousands. But I use that for every book that I have, and I line shop. And if you line shop, use BetStamp. BetStamp has all of the lines available. You can load the books that you use on BetStamp, so it only shows you those books. And when you want to bet on money line versus opening 10 or 15 apps, just go to BetStamp and open BetStamp, and you can find the best line there. And you can also track your bets on BetStamp. I'm not a BetStamp affiliate, but I have been using BetStamp ever since it's been in Arizona. And it's been a great tool for me, even for player props. Like, you don't want to fumble around in 5 minutes before puck drop trying to look through 20 books to find the best line on Connor Bedard over 2.5 shots. Like, use it to your advantage. Like, books have huge advantages over us. So anytime you can take an advantage on a book, do it. Because as it is, it's hard enough to win in general. Now that they're taxing us on our losses, use it anytime you can. So back to this game. Sorry for going on a little rant here, but yeah, yeah. I lean Vegas here on the back-to-back. I don't know if I'll get to there on the price. I agree with Adam though on a bad spot for Toronto. They probably don't have any props out yet for this game because the Vegas game just ended. But I know Matthews has been shooting a lot, over 3.5 shots on goal. Tavares has been kind of not shooting like he normally has. He does tend to shoot when he has a versus matchup that he's got good history in. Nylander, I know he's been paired with, lined up with Tavares again on that second line. But yeah, I don't have any lines, but I can look at player history. So let me just look at Matthews here. Just real quick, I want to see what so if we're going with the narrative, and I'm agreeing with Adam that Vegas is in a good spot here, and Toronto would be trailing, you would think that Toronto would get more shots given the game narrative. So let me see who's good for shots from Toronto. So Matthews, I guess I hit the nail on the head with this one. He had 6 shots on goal in the last game last season. Then he had 2, 6, 5, 5, 3, 6, 2, 6, 6. So he's had 5 or more shots in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 10 games versus Vegas. 5. His line's 3.5. Usually 3.5. I'm assuming it's going to be 3.5. It might be like minus 120 because you got Vegas on the back-to-back. Maybe a little more juiced. But 7 of the last 10 with 5 or more at a 3.5 line. Like, that's almost an auto bet for me. I don't know what his current splits are on the season. But, and then his last 10 games, he's coming off a one-shot game versus Utah. That's another thing is, like, Austin's from Arizona. There used to be this big trend for the last couple years. Matthews versus Arizona, his home state. I think I even took him for that 50 spot or 70 spot whatever goal he had versus Arizona in that game. I took that. Not so much as now since they've been in Utah. I know it's still a lot of the same players that he used to play against when they were the Yotes. But recent form, he's had 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 6, 5, 5, 9, and 3. So hasn't hit that over 3.5 mark in the last 2 games. But that was against Colorado, which, Colorado is a great shot suppression team. And they won that game. So it was more of a roll spot for him, I believe, than him shooting, you know. And then you got Utah. It was only a one-shot game. I don't know on how many attempts that was. But, tired legs. So coming off of 2 misses versus a team where he's covered 5 or more in 7 of the last 10, that might be a good spot for him to take him over 3.5. He's also had 2 games in the last 3 games versus Vegas. Let me look at Nylander here real quick since I got the metrics pulled up. So Nylander's had 3-6, 3-2, 3-2, 2, 5, 6-1. So not as great. But he has had 5 points in the last 4 games versus Vegas. And he has had 5 points in his last 3 games. 10 points in his last 6 games. And he's coming off of a 0 spot versus Utah. So maybe take Willie Nylander a point. I don't know. That might be juiced. But that could be a good spot. Depending on, too, if it's going to be Hill or if it's going to be... if we're going to get Hill back or if it's going to be Limbaum. So... But I mean, Willie has also had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in his last 5 games. So he is scoring. But, yeah, and then on Vegas' side, like, Eichel's been pretty solid as of late. Like, I don't know numbers. I'm not looking at anything, just going off of recent memory. I know since these came back, they've been winning. So I wouldn't not take Marner. But, I mean, and then Marner. Marner's somebody I haven't even talked about. Marner's going back to Toronto. So there is no metrics versus head-to-head. But we can look at Marner's recent numbers. And then we'll get out of here. I'll do a quick rundown of what... I don't know if I have any of Pearlo's notes. I know we were kind of on the opposite side a few times, but I'll give you what I got. So you got Marner. He had a goal tonight versus LA. Did not have anything in the San Jose game. Had 2 points in the St. Louis game, a goal and an assist. But I mean, you would at least try to take him for maybe a point, some shots. His points usually juiced, but Adam says I will have Marner first period shots tomorrow on FanDuel. He will come out ripping. Yeah, you know what? That might be a good way to look at it. I could definitely see that. FanDuel and a few other books have that first period market. And I think Marner's usually set at... Is he usually set at 1.5 or 2.5? If he's usually set at 1.5, that first period number might be good plus money or a good number. So maybe even take him for 2. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for right now. Let me scroll back through these games and I'll kind of give you what I've written down in my notes and kind of try to go off of what Pearlo was liking in some of these games. But I don't got a bottle of Jaime's here next to me, but I know Pearlo would say Jaime's Bottle Lube. It's the best I ever said it. I never felt this way before. And I can try to do a little Pearlo dance for y'all. I know Pearlo likes to do that. But yeah, so going back to this first game here, we got Vancouver visiting the Columbus Blue Jackets. I agreed with Adam and liked the Columbus and Reg here. I also do lean slight to the over. We got Merzlikins versus Lankinen. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot the sound effects. Thanks, Po Buddy, here for the reminder. We finished here. And an air horn. Just to get us so like I said, Columbus and Reg. I also like the puck line here. I know it's going to be a little sweaty with Merzlikins in net, but I feel like they've got that energy coming off of that win and the new coach bump. Lankinen's been horrible. I could also see the over here, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see, how is the Seattle Boston game over 5.5? I did have the over written down in that game, and I believe Pearlo agreed with me. It's going to be Decord, and I believe it's Swayman, as if I can remember correctly. But yeah, 5.5, I could see that over as well. San Jose and Washington. So I had a slight lean to San Jose here, but I'm going to be waiting for the morning skate to see if Tom Wilson is going to be projected in the lineup. I believe Chikrin is also projected to be back in the lineup. But at plus 160, kind of hard not to take San Jose and the state that Washington's been playing in. But if Wilson's back, I think he's a big enough offensive generator for me and great on the defensive end as well. And I may not take San Jose. But if Wilson's out, regardless of Chikrin or whoever else is coming back, at plus 160, I'll take a shot at San Jose. They've won 3 of the last 4. They're coming off of that 2-7 game versus Vegas, where I don't think they played as well. But they've been grinding out wins, and at plus 160, I think it's worth a shot. Got Montreal visiting Buffalo. Got Buffalo on the back-to-back. I'm still leaning Buffalo here. I could definitely see Buffalo. If it's Dobish in that, I think we had one site showing Dobish. This was the game where every site showed a different goalie. If it's Montrebowl or Dobish, I could definitely see getting behind Buffalo on the back-to-back. Like, I watched that game tonight. They're playing awesome. I know it's Colton Ellis in net, but I could see getting behind Buffalo here. But if it's Fowler, I think it's a closer game and possibly a draw game. So we'll see. We'll see if we get there tomorrow. Next game, we got. Was I on? Oh, I said I slightly leaned to the over in this. If it's not Fowler. Next game, we got Philly visiting Pittsburgh. I did not have anything written down in this game. It's probably going to be Arison because you got Philly on the back-to-back. They played what's his face today, their better goalie. And then you got Pittsburgh. I believe it's going to be Skinner in net. Skinner's been pretty solid as of late. Minus 154. My best bet in this game, and it's the only thing I have written down, is a Crosby Apple. He's been on a 2-game hiatus, hasn't had an apple. I know they haven't been scoring. Arison's a bad goalie. I expect Pittsburgh to get back on the board in this game. Pittsburgh's getting back on the board in this game. How can Crosby not be in the mix? He's also got very good goal numbers versus Philly. So, that's right. I did say, so Crosby is plus 155 to score a goal, and he's plus 155 for an apple. So just take a unit and split it between the two. He's getting one of them. He said, what's the channel for the shows when it's not on here? So it is on my channel on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And my channel on YouTube is my exact name, Exotic Wagers with a Z. So I can drop that in the chat real quick. But yeah, it'll be over on my channel on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And then also I plan on trying to get on my channel more often, maybe on Saturday mornings and stuff like that, or maybe on days when I'm not working my 9 to 5 and I'm working my 5 to 9 all day. But yeah, I will try to get on more often on my channel, but for right now, it's just Tuesdays and Saturdays when we're not running this show on Pearlo's channel. Seattle, Boston. I did have the over 5.5 written down here. I do like Jordan Eberle over 1.5 shots. I was on his prop today, and he let me down. He has been pretty great at. I don't know if it's on the road or at home, but playing Boston. I did like the over 5.5 in this game. Like I said, it's going to be Decord versus Skinner. I know Seattle's been playing great, but I don't know if I can get to a side in this game. Like, if I was leaning anything in this game, it's probably going to be the over. And then I'll look at props tomorrow. But off the top of my head, be Beniers, Everly on Seattle side, and then on Boston side, I might go back to Geeky anytime goal. He's got the dad bump. New dad didn't score in the last game, but I know he did have quite a bit of attempts on goal. So I may look at that again and just take Geeky for an anytime goal. He was on a huge hot streak. I think he's 8 or 9 now where he's not had a goal. So definitely trying more now on the dad bump. Maybe even take his over 2.5. His over 2.5 shots on goal is usually plus money. So I could see that happening. Winnipeg versus Minnesota. Well, also just to double back, I forgot to mention Pearlo's leans. I know he did like Columbus as well. I believe he was also liking the over. I think he said that this was going to be a Washington kill spot, but I didn't know how he was going to play that. I think maybe he was taking the team total. It is Askarov in net. He hasn't been playing the greatest after starting out pretty hot. Buffalo, I believe he was still leaning Buffalo. He's been on Buffalo ever since this hot streak started with them and said it from the get-go. So I wouldn't not see him not taking Buffalo again. As far as Philly and Pittsburgh, to be honest, I don't really recall what he said on that game, but I'm sure he can put out a short tomorrow on that game. Seattle, Boston, to be honest, I don't recall. I believe he leaned the over as well, but that's all I had. Next game, we got Winnipeg and Minnesota. I believe we were on opposite sides on this game. I did lean the Winnipeg team total over 2.5. I believe he's leaning the Minnesota team total over 3.5. But you can always go back to the beginning of this and watch what he said if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, sorry, I'm not always right. I don't win every day, but I am profitable every year. So remember that. All right, let's start going over to the 8:30 Eastern slate. We got Calgary versus Chicago. Give me Chicago money line. Adam said it as well. Calgary is horrible. We're probably going to have Wolf in net. Wolf is giving up 4 or more in 4 or 5 straight. Chicago team total over 3 is minus 107. It's probably going to be split between that and the money line on this game. Connor Bedard over 2.5 shots. I believe it's a minus 150 line. I like the over 2.5. So if you can't play a minus 150, I usually don't play 150s. Minus 145 is usually my cutoff point. I have played one at minus 150s in spots I really like, but I try to stay under minus 140 or better. So use it as a parlay piece if you don't like that. Maybe make a same game parlay, Chicago money line or Chicago team total over 3 and Connor Bedard over 2.5 shots. I could see that going. I don't remember. I don't think Pearlo was with us from here on out. I could be wrong. But next game on the board, 9 p.m. Eastern, we got Dallas at Utah. Oh boy. So you got Dallas won the game earlier this season, 4-3 in Dallas on November 28th, about a month and a half ago, a little over a month and a half ago. You got Utah winning 3 of the last 4. They beat Toronto in a bad spot, very bad spot. I'm a Utah fan. I really haven't been. They've been winning. They beat Ottawa, struggling Ottawa. Beat St. Louis, struggling St. Louis. Beat Columbus before the coach bump. Beat the Rangers. Anybody should beat the Rangers right now. Lost to New Jersey. So they've been winning, but in my opinion, they haven't been winning the way they should be winning over these teams. Like, I know Toronto was a huge win, 6-1, but I don't know. Something tells me Dallas wins this game. They're gonna have Ottinger in net, and it's gonna be Veggie. Veggie hasn't had the greatest numbers versus Dallas. You can catch Dallas here on the road as a dog. I don't know if I'll get there. Dallas has been horrible. Utah's been playing decent. But if you want my official plays, head over to my free Discord for the Legacy Sports Discord. Links in the bio. I'm sure if you wanted to get any of Pearlo's official bets, you can follow him over at Tony's Picks, stage name Steve Duncan. Donate to the Chafety Fund there. I believe he's also got something on X on a group. You can get him there too. So, but yeah, so I slightly lean to Dallas here. Probably going to be a pretty good prop game. I know Utah's a good shot suppression team, but maybe I'll take Sergachev shots. How did I forget that? -132 currently. He's covered that, I think, 15. What did I say? 19 of the last 18 of the last 21 games at home. So great trend there. Over 1.5 -132. Heading over to this next game. Islanders heading over to Rogers Place to play the Edmonton Oilers. I don't have anything written down on this game. I mean, you got Sorokin. It's going to be Sorokin versus, who did I say? Jari. Jari's been pretty solid as of late. Kind of hard not to back Edmonton, but I don't like the price at -170. Adam did say he thinks, Islanders have been bad at the power play, and Edmonton should get a couple power play goals. So I don't know what they're over. They're over half a power play goal in the game is probably horrible, but maybe over the 1.5 would be a good look. I did go over the Draisaitl and Connor McDavid stats at home. Connor McDavid over 3.5 shots, -110. I'm probably going to be on that. So that will probably be a good look for me. I might just take that and run with that and get out of here. Not take a side or a total. I know the total was set at 6. I don't know what the trend is. I don't remember the trend is between the two teams head to head, but Sorokin has been a little leaky. He has been good at times. Jari's been great. Or Skinner's been... Wait. I'm getting my teams mixed up here. Trades mixed up. Why did this switch on me? Jari's been solid as of late since he's been with Edmonton. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think I'll get to the over. I'm probably just, like I said, going to play McDavid. And then the last game that we just talked about, Marner returns back, not to Toronto, but Toronto comes to him playing his old team. Adam liked his shots in the first period. I could see his over 2.5 shots hitting. I do lean Vegas here. I don't know if I can get behind the -142, but maybe Wolves saves. I mean, I know Vegas is going to be on the back-to-back, but I could see Vegas trying to win this game for Marner, and I wouldn't shy away against another Stone goal. He had another goal tonight. I think that's 5 games in a row. or maybe 5 of the last 6. I don't know if he missed last game, but definitely something I was leaning in this game. Alrighty, thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. As Pearlo would say, get your finger Pilates out. Smash that like button. As for me, make sure you follow me over on YouTube, X, Instagram, over at Exotic Wagers on all 3 sites. Like I said, my show will be posted on my channel on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Every other day you can find it here on Pearlo Wisdom YouTube channel. And let's see, Pearlo gives you 42, so I guess I'm giving you 58%, but I'm giving you all 58% of that 50, or 100% of that 58%. And we had 42% of that time, about half of the show. So still giving you a lot of bangers. We've given out a lot of good plays here. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, like I said, and catch us back here tomorrow between 9:30 and 10 Eastern. We try to make the 9:30 time. We're usually on by 10 o'clock Eastern, or 9 o'clock Eastern. Wait, 10 o'clock Eastern. But like I said, thanks again. And I'm going to log myself out here and see when Pearlo cuts the show. But thank you guys all for tuning in, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.